Hello. Hello, everybody. How are we today? We got a D2 playlist going today. So we're just going to be playing that in the background because... Or a Destiny playlist, I guess. This is from Rise of Iron and Destiny 1. Because we're playing Destiny. So yeah. That's what we're doing today, so that's why we have the music choice that we have today. Well, how is everybody? How are you, Chili? How are you, Bevan? Welcome in if there's any lurkers as well. Welcome to you. Feel free to sit and enjoy the D2 stuff today. Don't really have much of a plan. I'm kind of just gonna... This is kind of going to be like a chiller stream in that there's not really much of an aim. It's kind of just grinding D2 while doing just chatting, I guess. So we're just going to be kind of doing stuff. I've got some bounties to run. I've got some strikes to do. I don't have any PvP. I might dabble in a bit of Gambit. You never know. I'm not going to do the dungeon because I'd rather value my sanity than run Duality again. So yeah, we kind of got some stuff to do, but not really too much of a plan. It's just bits and bobs. So we're going to see how things go, and kind of go from there. Maybe we'll do a bit of marbles or something later as well. I don't really know. We'll kind of see how we go. Yeah. That's kind of the plan. I think everyone's doing good. Look at you boosting that RR. Alright now, Chili. Just you wait until I start talking about raiding again. Speaking of, I raided today. Raided again earlier today. Ran another vault of glass. The second raid in 4 years or whatever. So, it was kind of fun. It was a good time. Had a nice little run through there. Found a group of people that were interesting, to say the least. Who knows, maybe I'll upload the run on YouTube at some point. Although I will have to mute the audio because... Not gonna lie, there was a quite blatant racist in the lobby. So, yeah. They said a few things that, yeah, I'm gonna have to... I don't feel like censoring out, so I'm probably just gonna mute all the fucking audio in itself and then just do that. But yeah, the total runtime, I don't know, was like 40 minutes. But I think for the time trial thing that it tracks in the emblems, it counts the time in the encounters themselves, not the entire thing. So like between encounters doesn't count. So between the encounters of VOD, we finished it in like 17 minutes, which was pretty quick. And that was including a 2-phase on Atheon. Everything else we finished in 1 phase first try. Everything we did finish first try as well. But we finished Conflux, Oracles, Templar, Gatekeeper, and Atheon first try, single phase, you know, one-shots on everything basically. And then we end up having to 2-phase Atheon because our DPS was trash. But LFG for you? Oh yes, it is, Chili. It really is, mate. It's something special, isn't it? LFG on Destiny. But yeah, it was good. I got some new gear I'm going to be using today, so that'd be nice. A few new guns and things in it. That'd be cool. I didn't get any armor though because the game hates me. Or I didn't get any armor that I didn't already have anyway, I should say. So, that's a little awkward, but still. Let me open D2 in the background. Let's go. Yeah, it was alright. It was fairly good. I enjoyed myself. Other than the guys being kind of weird. I sorted out the mic problem I had. It was a real pain in the ass the other day. So I did my first one, right? And obviously, because of what it is being a raid, everyone wants you to use a mic. So I had to finally turn on voice chat again on D2. It was a real pain. So first of all, my game audio was coming out of my headphones, and the game chat audio from the other people in the lobby was coming out of the speakers on my monitor. Then the mic that it was defaulting to and using was on a webcam. So it was kind of like, it was just a pain in the ass to mess with all my sound settings. But I've actually got it all working now by disabling the rest of all of the ones that weren't doing anything. So now I've actually got all that stuff working properly. So just load up the game here. Right. Should we crack on? I say, we've kind of just got stuff to do. We don't really have anything in particular, so we're just going to get going. It's my character screen. My Titan looks a bit wonky at the minute, but that's because I haven't really updated much of my character's look or anything. We've got like a weird thing where I haven't messed with shaders or anything, and I'm just kind of leveling still. So, I haven't really done too much in terms of kind of messing with other things yet. There we go. Some Hive music on the background. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to do. A lot of these yellow circles you see around stuff is stuff we have to do. Did they have mics on? Yes. They did. I've got a bunch of bounties to do. I've got... I mean, I could do some of this stuff, but it's kind of whether I can be asked to do it or not. Also a little annoyed. I know it's not actually that big of a deal of a challenge, but like... They had to throw Root of Nightmares in there, didn't they, for the seasonal challenges? And it's like, come on now. I might end up doing it, but like I've only just done VOG and it's been out for 3 years or whatever. But yeah, chest piece from Vault of Glass. Quite nice, an 1800. I did get a corrective measure this time as well, which was nice. I got 3 found verdicts. I also got a Praedith's, which I haven't had for a long time. The old Praedith's Revenge, the nasty sniper. And then the everyone's favourite weapon from Destiny 1 Vault of Glass, Fatebringer. So, it's kind of nice to have, Should I minus back on it? Have something like this back. I actually didn't get too bad of a roll. I mean, I got Adrenaline Junkie Explosive Payload, which is actually okay. Barrels and stuff kind of suck on it with small bore alloy and extended mag. But Explosive Payload, Adrenaline Junkie's not bad, actually, so I'll take it. I wonder if you... I suspect there's a shader as well that makes it look like the old Imago loop, but... yeah, cool weapon though. I like a bit of that. What's the music volume like as well? Is it too how is it? Can we hear like the music in the background and also hear game sound and stuff, or you'll have to keep me posted on that, chat. But yeah, just to be clear, we definitely are not doing this. Okay? If anyone was expecting me to go and do duality, we are not doing it. Okay? And that also extends to us not doing this either. We're not doing Spire of the Watcher solo either. We're not doing that. We'll break in early and do some EDZ bounties. How about that? So basically all I'm going to do early on is run a solo. Just keep running the same Lost Sector until I get my bounties done, and then we'll kind of break ourselves into it. Need to try it again with the new season. What, Spire? I'm down to do Spire Chili. I really want to get it going again. I want the hat. I want the hat. I want the cowboy hat. You make it look like the other one, actually, if you do that. The time lost one. Apparently, I didn't know this. You can get it from the first encounter. I didn't know you could get the hat from there, but you can, apparently. So, yeah. There you go. Maybe I should start running it solo every week. Well, the game's lagging really badly, isn't it? Uh-oh. I had this before, didn't I, with D2, where something in the graphics settings was being, like, stupid? What was it to do with? Was it V-Sync? I think it was V-Sync, wasn't it? Or have I adjusted my thing because I didn't expect that I would be doing another D2 stream for a while? Yeah. Alright, I'll mess with the stuff again. Frame rate cap is fine. FOV, I think, is okay as well. I'll just mess with all the other stuff and chuck it down to medium again. Or low if I need to. Look how much usage I've got on the graphics card there right now. Like, hardly any. Medium, that'll probably be okay. Because when we did duality last time, it was okay, so... That looks better, doesn't it? It's still not the best quality in the world, but like it's okay. It's decent enough to watch. There's not too much stuttering or anything. All right, that's good. Weird though, because back in the day when I'm in game chat as well. Some random person running past is probably like, what is this guy doing? Let's actually, I'll turn push to talk on. There we go. But yeah, it's like when I used to play D2 like a while back on stream, I never used to have any problems with it, so it's really weird. I need to be getting nade kills, super kills, arc damage kills as well, with hence the found verdict coming out. We're just gonna run the lost sector for a bit until I get some of the challenges done, because it's useful to get these bounties run for one of the season challenges right now. Some Cabal music on in the background while we're fighting against the Fallen. Interesting choice from Spotify there. I know I need nade kills as well, so... Oh, it's chugging a bit, isn't it? When we're actually doing stuff. This is weird. I mean, I know we had this before, but I guess I'm going to have to mess with my settings still. Is it still not liking it very much? Alright. Maybe I need to change it to from full screen to windowed. Windowed full screen? Who's this guy talking to? Rando, yeah. The rando, mate, he's going to be wondering who I'm on about, who I'm talking to. He's not going to know who any of you are. Yeah, it's really odd as well, because like my computer like is easily able to handle everything, so I'm not entirely sure why the game is being so like choppy whenever I play D2. But yeah, really weird. If you've got anything to grind, Chili, as well, and you want to come in and jump in and do some, like, seasonal battlegrounds or something, you can feel free to hop in. If it starts chugging again, though, let me know. I do want to keep it, like, make sure that things are actually running okay. So if the game and that starts going really laggy again on stream, please say something in chat. Even if it's just, you know, game's choppy or something. We need kinetic weapon kills. Alright, we need a few more arc kills. Cabal we can do later on. Grenade kills as well. Probably can set up a build for that if I want to. Super kills. We have to wait a while. If I really wanted to do that, I could probably go steal a public event flag and then go do something else. Yeah. I feel like D2 is one of those games where if you're streaming it and you haven't got anything specific in mind, there's kind of like nothing like to do that's kind of like a I should just go and do this instead kind of thing. I feel like you kind of need a specific purpose. If that makes sense. That's my shotgun kills. I'll continue on with these though, because I can get the arc kills as well while I'm at it. Free nade kill as well. Oh, it's chugging really badly again, isn't it? Why? No, on my end, it's literally only the stream. Maybe I turn the frame cap down? I'll lock it to like 80 FPS or something. Really weird. Starts when it's... Yeah, when there's a lot going on. But as I say, though, it's weird because it's not the game. The game's absolutely dead smooth. It's specifically the stream But it's like, it's only the gameplay on stream that's stuttering. The rest of it's fine. So it's not like the entire stream's chugging it. It's just that just the game when things get heavy on stream is dying. But baby in chat as well. Grab one of those if you need it, I guess. I don't think I've got one of those. I'm not going to bother catching one though, because I don't really want it, but still. Yeah. Yeah, so we're just kind of going to do some stuff today. As I said, we haven't really got too much of a plan. That's arc kills. Got kinetics to do now, so I'll do my Fate Bringer. There you go. What else we got? Cabal kills, nade kills, sidearm, machine gun. That works. Put that on. Sidearm, machine gun, glaives or swords. Use my new strand gun. This thing's actually not too bad. I've used it a few times for a few activities and stuff. This sidearm actually kind of slaps. You can lock on and then it'll full auto everything. But you can stop it from firing 10 and then stopping shooting as well if you tap the trigger on it. So you can just then, although it's slightly slower, you can get it to still constantly fire 100% full auto for the whole mag. Kind of interesting. Goofy ass gun. I wouldn't really say that. It's actually quite good. Strangely, I think it does, like DPS wise, it actually is not too bad at dealing damage. But DPS phases and things, like if you're doing kind of like your normal D2 stuff, even up to kind of like nightfalls and stuff, it's actually not that bad. Fighting bosses in missions and stuff, it works fairly well. Looks goofy? I don't know about that. It looks fine. I don't think it looks that weird, does it? Have I got anything that looks really weird on me? I mean, this looks kind of weird. The Vex Glaive. That's kind of weird. That's a pretty nasty looking one as well. I quite like that Winter Bite Glaive. I wish I could use it more, but it's kind of like exotic heavy slot, which is always... I don't tend to use many exotic heavies, so... It's actually really good though. That thing like slaps in terms of damage, so it's quite useful. I've never tried 3 of them, because obviously I play solo 90% of the time. But yeah, it slaps in terms of damage. Warm up my finger with some tap fires. There's MG calibration done as well. Oreo, hello. No audio but I want to say hi, and I'll be home in about an hour or so. Hope stream's going well today. Yo, thank you for popping in. Hang on, let me just... Where? Here we go. Yee. Thank you. Appreciate it. Boyman Maximum as well. Good to see you. How are you doing? Yeah, shit. D2 uppies one. I mean, when you play, I guess. I know. I mean, I play a lot of D2, so I'm on quite a lot of the time. Depends what you want to do, though. I can kind of run anything. I've also finished the campaign on all 3 characters now as well, so... Solar or Strand abilities. Glaive or Sword, super kills. I mean, I could switch with Excalibur on now. On that for a minute. And then I'll run around and just use the bonk hammer on everyone. Halfway through gold. Let's go, Bevan. I'm still in, like, Hopper 3, because I think I've only played, like, 2 games this season. I'm supposed to be playing on Friday with Mirage. Because we've only played 1 session of 2 games so far this season. Which we did win both, if I remember rightly. Doing well. I'm almost to affiliate now. Hey, yo, let's go. Getting close. So I feel like the first bit to affiliate is kind of like... feels like it can take a while. And then it generally speeds up a little bit after that. Because I suppose there's no pressure at that point to kind of get goals or anything. You know? Because the next... That's the only thing with, like, Twitch is kind of interesting, isn't it? Is in terms of, like, the... If you want to talk about, like, the progression system, you get affiliate, which is, like, the smallest achievement you can get, like, out of Twitch's kind of achievements, accolades. And then the only other one you can get is partner, which is, like, miles and miles and miles ahead of, like, that achievement. So it's kind of weird that there's no stepping stones in between of kind of like other things you can get. But yeah, it's nice to get the first one under your belt. Not stressing or anything. I'll be fine. It's you'll be fine. Once you get it, it'll be nice. I mean, it's kind of... I don't know what the hardest part to get is. For me, getting the 3 viewer average, I think, wasn't actually that... It was okay, I think, when I got mine. It took a little while, but if I remember rightly, I think the follows was the hardest thing for me to get. I was at about 40 for a while. 2.98. Well, there you go. You're almost there, then. You're right on the cusp. I think the thing to remember is, as well, with it, is you don't necessarily have to have super successful streams in the end of it as well, although you might want to. What you got to remember is that the likelihood is some point during those 30 days you had one that was a bit of a stinker in terms of helping the average, and in all likelihood you're going to get rid of that during the, you know, calculating the 30 days, and it'll actually help you boost the number up. I think I'll kill everything with the sunspots here. Hold up. Welcome in, Baroque. Thank you for the redeem. Let me just do that. The cat ears redeem. Where is it? Oh, assets. That's the folder I put it in. Cat ears. There we are. Let them go. Oh, there we go. We got all of them now anyway. Nox Cat's coming out as well. There he is. Little Nox Cat. Welcome in, N2 as well. Glad you had a decent stream earlier as well. I saw you online. I was lurking for a while. Thank you for the Hydrate and Spinal. And Nox Cat redeems. Good to see everybody. Basically playing every day. Oh, on Ranked Siege, yeah. Yeah, I haven't played.
Remind me to bring you along the
while,
next time I feel like brawling.
I had some good games though. There was some people talking mad shit last time I played, so. Maximum with 100 bits. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's far too nice of you to be giving money to me. So I big appreciate it. Thank you very much. Glad you're back. I've been missing you. Aw, come on now. I haven't been doing my job properly. If you'll miss me, you're supposed to be glad I was gone. What is this about? Freaked out? Yeah, I saw you got raided by someone. Was that someone you knew, or was that just a random raid? Because you see it sometimes where, you know, you'll get someone who will know a big streamer who will drop a raid on them out of nowhere, and it's always quite a funny little thing. But I don't know if you knew them or not. Watch their streams, yo. A little active in the chat. That's pretty cool then. That's a really nice little thing from them. I like that. That's really cool. It certainly wakes you up when something like that happens. Or ornament or something like that. Yes. What do we think of that, chat? Do we like that? The gold on the arms there? Do we think it's okay? I kind of like that. Would I run it as a full set? Probably not, but I feel like it would work well with other pieces of gear, maybe. It's alright. That's not too bad. I mean, what are the other pieces in the set looking like? Those boots on Titan, anyway, will work with basically everything. They look pretty nice. Class item. I don't know why they keep making these weird, like, loincloth looking ones. That one looks like something out of Solstice of Heroes in the event, so I'm not sure I'd run that. Probably the Solstice ones look better. Chest piece. I feel like that kind of works with basically every Titan set as well. It's quite nice. I mean, the gold's quite a lot. Give me some Curus of the Falling Star vibes. And then the helmet looks kind of... That looks interesting. I don't know if I like that or not. The face, I think, looks a bit strange. The actual, like, crest on the top and that is okay, but I think the face looks a bit weird on it. Then again, though, I'm kind of one of those... I'm not like a D1 nostalgia lord, but I feel like there was a lot of D1 armor sets that I quite like when I kind of compare the wacky-looking armor to it. You know? Like Vault of Glass's armor set, I feel like always looks kind of interesting. I can actually show in game anyway. If I was going to pick a helmet that looks kind of weird, I would probably have that over it. You know? Which I still haven't got to drop. Albeit I've only done 2 raids, but... I mean, the raid gear generally, I feel like, has that kind of wacky aesthetic. But if you're going to go for something like that, I would rather go for something like a raid piece than a... than like the ornament, to be honest, and turn one of these into an ornament. And then you got the new raid gear, which is just completely... I don't even know how you describe it, really. I feel like this is the Marmite of raid gear. The new raid set. This 100% is the Marmite. You either like this or you think it's terrible. One of the two. Kind of interesting to see people's reactions to it. It's very colourful, I'll give it that. Some of the pieces have some really cool features on. I think, is it the Titan arms? One of them has some really cool stuff. Quite like the little wings, the little mini wings on the back of the Titan stuff there. Then on the Warlock, I know everyone really likes the chest piece. There you go. With the extra arms that it adds on the back are pretty cool. I think that's actually a pretty cool armor piece. I don't know if people like it or not, but that and the helmet's quite nice as well. With the weird light and dark split. Quite like some of the armor in this raid. Still looking for the cowboy hat as well, though. Still need this. Still need to run Spyro the Watcher until I finally get that. Also, could really do with the paper shredder as well, because I quite like that one. But, I don't know. Do people like this? Anyone in chat actually like this helmet, or do you think it looks weird? I actually really like it. The only problem is it comes from Vow the Disciple, and I've never done Vow, and I probably am not going to do it anytime soon, because I have no idea what I'm doing. So, but I'm building my way up, though. Once I've done Vault of Glass about 5 or 6 times or whatever, I'll probably move on to something else. But then the question is, where do I go next? Because I could finish my last Wish set. Then you got Kentark, which is Goss, Garden of Salvation, which is kind of universally disliked for the most part. Which, you know, no one's probably going to want to run Garden of Salvation. Deepstone Crypt is always fun, but I don't think it would be that hard. You've also got Vogue there. That's from a dungeon. Vow of the Disciple. King's Fall, which I don't know how different it is to Destiny 1 King's Fall. But I've probably got a good chance of getting that set. And then the brand new raid, which is supposedly the easiest one in the game right now. Which is kind of funny, isn't it? The brand new endgame activity is the easiest one in game right now. I want to stop and say howdy before I get to my meeting. Someone save me. Oh boy, Forks. Hopefully it doesn't go too... dragged out or anything, folks, mate. You can get out of there soon. We appreciate you coming and say hi, though, my dude. Hopefully you're doing good, and you'll be out of there before you know it. 3 kills on the nade. I should probably put my, have I still got it on me? Yeah, chuck that on. Get the old bonk hammer out again. Although I don't think it's overcharging my abilities right now, which is kind of interesting. Did I actually put the right one on? Oh, they nerfed it, didn't they? So it doesn't work as well anymore. Never mind. It doesn't work the same way as far as I remember. That chest piece used to be really nice because you could boost your other abilities by putting it on. And it basically, if you used one of your other abilities, so if I threw my grenade, it would boost my like barricade and stuff. Or infuse. 20 Resil, actually, that might have been too bad to keep. But I don't know why the door hasn't opened as well. I guess there's an enemy somewhere I didn't kill. Yeah, it must be this guy. We've got the freebie nade kill on him. We're 11 out of 20. Super kills are at 12 as well, so we'll probably try and wipe the whole thing with super kills in the next one. Boring ass meeting. I get to talk about buildings and roofs because someone decided I was a great add to the buildings committee. Do you know much about buildings and roofing, folks? Or someone just thought you'd be a good choice and you don't feel like you are? You know nothing about buildings? Okay. So basically someone decided they wanted you to join them in your pain. Is basically what it was. Didn't land the headshot on that first guy. I'm disappointed. Got adrenaline junkie on as well. Hey Shags, how you doing? Me on a Wednesday, I know. It's actually kind of become normal these days. Back before I had my big internet break where everything died, which I'm going to be sorting out tomorrow, hopefully. Yeah, I started streaming on a Wednesday again because I kind of decided that I didn't really want to do Saturday anymore. I wanted to have more of the weekend to myself. Because although, you know, I enjoy streaming and stuff, I still enjoy having kind of consistent time to myself. Because the thing I like is, I like doing the stream stuff and then taking like a couple of days where I can go and do my own stuff to catch up on whatever else it is, as opposed to kind of doing on-off, on-off, on-off. So I kind of decided that what I'd do is move the Saturday stream to Wednesday. So I do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday, and it gives me like a couple of days off each side. And then obviously, you know, I do the Saturday stream now with Oreo, but yeah. Nade kills, just don't do that. Let's just bank all these. We've got that as well, which is quite nice. We're also getting through that one. What was that? That gave us some bright dust as well. Double exotic engrams. What do we get? We got a Hallowfly Heart and a Titan's Rampart. Neither of those probably that great, but we'll see. Hopefully it's decent rolls at least. We've already got 66. It's a 66 roll. Discipline Resilience versus that one's more of a neutral, and it's a 99. So I'll actually keep that. I'll dismantle this one and keep the other one, I think. Missed the Matang. Bro, I'm going to cry. It's alright, Bevan. Don't worry. Fine. 61. That kind of... Sure, I'm going to get rid of those. I don't really use those in PvP anymore. They're kind of scummy. Meetings are the reason I wanted to start my own business and send hour-long meetings as a 2-sentence email. I feel like that's the end game of office work, isn't it? Not having to do meetings anymore so that you can just do that instead. Just condense it down into what it should be, which was 3 words on a piece of paper. What else have we got on these? I mean, I could do these bounties, but do I want to? Meh. Do I jump into the strike playlist? Could, I suppose. I don't want to do my nightfalls yet, though. I don't know what the strike or the nightfall is this week, actually. What does it say? Hypernet current. Oh, God. That's going to be interesting. Alright, let's just jump into regulars. What seem to be Void Surge Grenadier. Alright. Breaking out Shield Boy. Corrective measure already works for this. We'll chuck on Excalibur as well. just regulars, so we don't have to worry about champions in here. So we can run Excalibur and Arc Threat is kind of annoying. I'll have to be on it with my barricades and stuff here as well. Field Bash on as well. Run Void Wall Nade still, and then... Why have I... Wait, can I only socket 3 aspects here, not 4? Am I being dumb, or can every other subclass slot 4 aspects? That's weird, isn't it? Huh. Got a shiny Latias? Yeah, that is true, Bevan. You're the only one who has a shiny legendary, as far as I know. Glassway is what we're doing here, then. Glassway is okay as a strike. You also notice how I changed subclass, so the glow on my helmet's now changed to purple. Kind of a nice little touch, isn't it?
We're not strangers anymore, little light. You can call me Elsie.
Yeah, to be fair, Bevan, you're the only one who has a legendary shiny, so that's pretty cool,
Okay.
I would say.
Elizabeth it is. And once again, I prefer Ghost.
Music in the background of today's stream is D2 as well. I guess these two were together and they left because we got Glassway. I don't really know why, because if I remember rightly, this is actually one of the fastest strikes you can run. So, alright.
For now, we need to focus on stopping any further incursions from the portal.
Yeah, for anyone who's coming in, basically what we're doing today is kind of just grinding stuff. We don't really have too much to do in terms of D2 stuff right now. In terms of like things that we have a checklist of stuff specifically to do. So I'm kind of just doing general bits and bobs while chatting. Because I would have just done this otherwise offline, so it's like... May as well stream while I'm doing it, eh? And we've been doing a lot of Pokemon, so I feel like it's nice to break it up. I don't know what anyone else thinks, but that's my reasoning on it anyway. I think it's nice to break it up a little bit. Cavalry's arrived. Difference between my solar and void stuff here as well as I no longer have the helmet that's going to give me free health regen. So I've got to bank on the fact that I can use melees and put down my barricades in order to give myself an overshield so I don't die all the time. So that's kind of going to be the play here. You'll see on the above the super gauge and that in the left hand side, you'll see where it's got like armor charge, adrenaline junkie. Basically, if offensive bulwark procs, and you'll see that up here there, then that's if I'm using melees to try and get over shields. So that's kind of like the basis of the void build, is the bonus offensive bulwark. Also could use Titan Bubble instead to buff my teammates, but meh. Rather use Banner Shield. Probably better anyway. How did I miss that? Are you serious? I suck. Heavy gone off the map as well. Whip out the old corrective measure again. Come and add clearing force. This was solar, I'd be running Incandescent Callus Mini Tool instead, because that's way better for ad clearance. At least compared to, in comparison, using an SMG versus an LMG, but... also means I'd have to waste heavy ammo for the same effect. Thank you for the spinal, Shaggy. How are you doing as well, Shags, mate? How have you been since you got back from your little trip away? Been up to anything interesting?
The darkness told him to build the portal. It's his fault the Vex invaded. His fault so many people died.
Quite useful as well. If you don't hit anything, hit enemies, Titans can kind of get an instant regen on their shield bashes to use it as a movement tool. Quite useful. Then if you see this, when I hit it, now I lose it because it's done damage. Also proc the Void Overshield from Offensive Bulwark again. I almost fell off the map there. Lost my shield. Oh well. I'm gonna get dragged in a minute as well because these people ran forwards. Even though I'm pretty sure, don't we need points these days, or is it just have to do 5 strikes? I don't remember. Oh no, it's nightfall, so we need points. Never mind. Strike scoring got re-added though, hence the bottom right little alley there. It just counts points that we get for enemy kills and stuff. It's nothing too wild. Doesn't really mean anything. It's just an interesting little mini game, I guess. Ate some mean mashed potatoes last night. Hey y'all. I had some mash earlier as well, to be fair. Do you like a bit of mash there, Shags? I'm a bit off my shot today, actually. You a big mash fan, Shags? Or are you a connoisseur of other mediums of potato? There you go, red health, drop the overshield. Should give us enough chance by not taking any damage to regen our health again. Bangers and mash, the one thing I miss of UK cuisine. It's fair. Everybody loves a good bangers and mash. Which to translate for anyone who doesn't know, I know it's a meme, but it's sausages and mash. Good stuff. Hash browns for breakfast as well. I feel like that's more of an American thing actually, but we've kind of just started doing. Because I feel like hash browns aren't really that big of a thing. Don't want to die. Or at least weren't until like a few years ago. I don't know, I might be wrong though. You got Sepix Prime music? Maybe? Feels like maybe it's Sepix music. It's just very quiet. Hard to balance the game sound audio with the music in the background as well. I'll try. Sounds good so far. Aye. Get move Excalibur out. One's a bad nade. Actually worked out in the end, I think, as well. So. Because of Void Surge currently means that Void damage is going to be an extra 25% on top of normal damage. So in the case of me using a Void subclass and Void grenades and stuff, and 2 Void weapons, obviously I'm getting extra damage there. Grenadier, the perk that's on as well, as you can see there in the right-hand side. Grenadier just means that my grenades recharge faster. It's fairly significant difference, so it actually means they become quite a strong offensive weapon. The only reason I'm using Void Wall Nades as well is because I can get a Triumph for using them, which I don't have yet. I have to get like 1,000 kills with them. Yeah, it's Sepix music. There's no point really using the shield to block here either, because nothing's going to do enough damage to really be a threat. So blocking with the shield's kind of pointless here. That was an okay nade, although I think the angle of it didn't really do us any favors, though. Sounds good so far. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like today is going to end up being more of like a just chatting stream than anything else. Fracture in chat as well. That's a pretty good Pokemon. It's basically just chatting with me playing D2 in the background. Like, there's not really much to it.
That's the last of them, Elizabeth.
If you don't like D2, it's probably really boring. Pure poetry as well. We don't need one of those. We need to do 5 strikes, so I mean, I'll infuse that into my Fate Ring, or why not? The only one I've got. It's actually not too bad with explosive payload. It's the only one I've got right now, but I kind of like it, so I'll stick with it for now. Be a good guardian and drop my commendations as well. See if anyone else does. One person did. There we go. We're going to get the other guy to drop his commendations as well. We did. Let's go. We got the full house. Thank you to everyone for being here as well. Hanging out. Lurking away while I play some D2. Nice to have you all here while I ramble away about nothing. 550 on the old commendation score these days. Quite luckily they changed this as well. So there was one of these Guardian ramp triumphs. They changed this today where it says you need 750 to get it, but they dropped the requirement down to 450 instead. Because 750 commendation score is kind of ridiculous. That and half the people you find don't bother dropping commendations at the end of the strikes or anything, so you don't actually get any. You give them all out, but no one gives you any back. It's a bit of a pain. Inventory is quite stacked at the minute, particularly in the enhancement core section where I have like 1400. And legendary shards 17,500 almost. 12 and a bit thousand bright dust. My account's a little stacked when it comes to things these days. I mean, the obligatory 9,999 weapon parts as well. Oh boy. I actually was a bit of a fan of these Battlegrounds missions last season as well when they were still part of the seasonal stuff. Honestly, I've done them a few times in the Strike playlist now, and I'm not the biggest fan of them in the Strike playlist. Particularly the Nightfall version, where it's a lot harder. It wasn't really that fun. It feels like these kind of types of content work in the regular Strike playlist that we're playing now. But you put it into the harder one, and it just kind of feels out of place, because it's kind of just ad clear monsters that work well in there versus anything else. You have like a few harder hitting enemies, and everything else is just ad clearance. Being like trash mob clearance. So it kind of feels out of place compared to the rest of the strikes, where it's more of like mini encounters and stuff. I don't know. It just didn't really feel like it fitted for me. I wasn't a huge fan. We want to kill the Death Tongue over here as well. Quite useful to get rid of him. If we don't kill him, it'll spawn that Shrieker, and then we'll just get shot by a ton of extra hive stuff that will spawn all over the place, so we want to get rid of them quickly. Stacks on stacks. It is stacks on stacks, Shaggy. You're right. We do have lots of resources, but then that comes from the fact that I've been playing since the start of D2, and I've only taken like 2 breaks. So you'd expect that, unless I was hemorrhaging resources every time when I, upgrade everything to the max, that I was going to have a fair few lying about. Get the old glaive out. Predictive throw as well, though. Went through the night as well there, I guess, with the shield bash. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I've been playing D2 for a very long time, so I've got a lot of resources. There are some people who've got way more than me, but I've got enough, I've got plenty. Guy's AFK, I guess. Or was. That's a nasty guy to see coming around the corner. We don't want to see you. Get out of here. You know, when I said about ad clearance, this is what I mean. Destination threader we just got as well, which is quite nice. Allows me to unlock universal ornaments, so I can turn pieces of gear into cosmetics instead, so I can use them with anything. You know, it's a similar system to what basically every game like this has these days, where you can turn them into like ornaments or cosmetic pieces of gear instead. That won't change the stats, but will only change the appearance. It's always nice. Nice little quality of life thing. We're on Mars right now as well. Not currently in the game Mars. I know it says it is on the in the Witch Queen Throne World part of the map, but there's only one part of Mars you can go to, so the actual destination itself isn't really in the game right now, other than through this activity and through going to a crafting table to go and make crafted weapons. It used to be in the game though, was removed when they cut content before was it Beyond Light came out? I don't remember now. Whichever expansion it was, I think it was Beyond Light came out a few years back, and they removed some of the old content from the game. Just slightly controversial. Some people complain about it still to this day. I very much do not, because basically all the content that was removed was trash. So I don't really see why a lot of people complain about it still. Interesting, there's this weird thing where it's kind of like the campaign is the main one. The old original Red War campaign from Vanilla Destiny 1. Everybody hated it at the time, right? It really wasn't a very good campaign. Everybody hated it. The second they took it out the game, everyone started complaining like it was the best thing in the world. Welcome to the Destiny community, where no one is ever happy and everyone always complains. Not because of Bungie necessarily doing anything right or wrong. That's just the D2 community. They love to moan about nothing. So... I suppose, is that really any different to other communities these days? Siege is just as bad as Bevan will know. My stream frozen. Oh, I think we're okay. Never mind. Is it okay? Because all my like previews and stuff have completely frozen. I can still see chat though, and that seems to be working. So, leave the lurk, Damien. I appreciate it. Hopefully you're doing good. Enjoy your lurk, whatever it is you're up to. Have fun. This is just buffering. I think we're okay. A lurker-friendly premises, this stream. I feel like this is the ultimate lurker stream today as well, where it's literally just like me just grinding stuff, so I'm kind of half thinking about this and half just kind of mindlessly talking. Kind of like Lurker's Paradise today. I would love this if it was me. You can just come in and switch your brain off, innit? Watch me mindlessly mow down people in D2. That was a bad nade. Actually got away with it because the guy ran into it. Scarlet Keep music going on in the background as well. Again, I don't know how good the audio mix is and whether it's super noticeable or not. It might just sound like weird overlapping audio. But music from the Shadow Keep Strike, the Scarlet Keep, which we might even get later. I actually quite like the Scarlet Keep, to be perfectly honest. Don't know why people don't like it so much. I think it's quite fun. Kind of enjoy it.
Open sesame.
Crack on.
The perimeter towers ahead are back online and reading you as hostile.
Gotta watch out for the lasers here as well, because they will insta-kill you, basically. When this was part of the seasonal content last season, when it was first added into the game, there was a buff you could get from a vendor that would allow you to run through those. Take, like, minimal damage. But they changed it. So now, obviously, without those buffs, you will take full damage from them. So you'll get insta-killed by the lasers again. So it's quite funny to see over how many people who didn't know and didn't play last season, or did play last season and thought they still had the buff, running through it and getting insta-killed by the lasers at the start of the season. It was a good laugh. These little outside sections, basically what you've got here is you've got these big traffic light looking towers up there, which have a big red beam on. They'll shoot at you. It'll last about 15 seconds. If you've been stood out in front of it for 15 seconds and the clock that will appear on the left-hand side by where it says armor charge counts down to 0, I'll stand there in a minute for reference. There you go. Threat detection. If that drops to 0, it'll fire a beam that will insta-kill me. However, if you break line of sight, it allows you to increase the clock. So, by standing here behind the tomb ship, which spawns and giving it a few seconds. There's the tomb ship there. Hello. I've bugged that up. No! Fine. I was too busy talking about stupid beams. I fell off the edge like a mug. No, I look like a noob now. I got a safe face. Catch up with the rest of the team. I look like a noob. If I really wanted to, I could probably use Strand and get up this this whole structure in about 10 seconds, but use the new grapple. Here for the lurk, Shaq. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Moving back to a holding pattern.
Have fun with the rest of your stream if you're still gone. I think you are. I'm lurking in there at the minute as well. There we go. We caught up. Like, do you think they never noticed I was here the whole time? Don't worry, friends. I've been here the whole time. Don't you worry. That guy's going to go and get the shortcut one up top, so I'm just going to go get the one on the right, because it's easier than allowing the teammates to try and do anything that requires, you know, movement and shooting. That's the general rule of thumb I'll take with D2, whether it's right or wrong, is I'd rather just go and do the thing that's considered slightly more difficult than, you know, breathing. Because it seems to be, for the most part, that no one else wants to do anything that takes any kind of effort whatsoever. And it's just easier if you just go and do whatever the slightly more difficult thing is yourself, than wait for one of the other random teammates to do it. So, hence why I'll pretty much always go and grab one of the side balls instead, because the other guy who runs in the door first will jump up there and grab the one on top of the roof. Because it's easier than shooting one enemy or jumping through a small gap. Again, welcome to D2. All the players just want to do minimal work and get maximum rewards from everything. I don't even need to grab that because I don't need any heavy because my corrective measure is full of bullets. Hungry for Hive. Is the race we're fighting right now. We're in the boss room now. There's another one of those. We don't have to worry about it this time though because we've shut down the mainframe. It's not going to shoot us, but Big Boy's about to spawn in front of us and he's going to be very angry. Look at him. He looks angry, doesn't he? With his big old scythe-looking axe thing there as he teleports away. Goes invisible. Love that for us. Darkblade Kelgarath, risen from bones. Interesting lore thing. If I remember rightly, Kelgarath's been in the game about 4 times now. He's pretty much an enemy that actually sucks so badly that he's tried to kill us about 5 times, failed every single time, and then been killed and resurrected. He's not exactly the most dangerous threat in the world. At least lore-wise, anyway. He's a bit of a bitch, shall we say. He ain't really got much going for him, old Kelgarath. So this isn't necessarily the same way that a normal strike would work, as I say, because this was part of the seasonal battleground. So what you have here is, once you get the boss the immunity phase at 50% in this case, you kill these marked enemies. It'll grab an arc charge, which we then need to use to charge up the turret in the middle. So if we try and bait him into swinging so that he doesn't hit us while not trying to die. And watch, again, remember what I said earlier about doing things yourself. Watch as everyone else struggles to kill one enemy. So it's just quicker to do it yourself. The Destiny Player's Handbook. Rule number 1. Never rely on the other teammates in the lobby. Be prepared to do literally everything yourself, and you'll probably have a more fun time. Unless you're doing a raid or something. 3 balls have been placed in so far. 2 of them from me. About to get the 3rd one in. There's 3. 3 out of 5. There's one up top as well. This guy's going to get one. 3-2. Let's go. We got the balls done. Advanced mechanics on display here. Picking up a ball and dunking it in the machine. I know it's some interesting stuff. Thrilling stuff for the average watcher today. The average non-D2 person. How you doing, Shiny? How's it going?
There are trace elements in its code structure.
Rasputin attempted to protect us from the Black Fleet. He was unable to stop it.
The interesting thing with this strike as well is
Don't know him.
canonically when they do the strikes, they're kind of the time when they came out in game, they're effectively frozen in time. Reason I say that is because one of the people talking now who has a strange voice called Rasputin, which is an AI, who, spoiler alert, is now dead. But because when the strike came out, he was still alive, they kind of effectively freeze it in time so that people are still alive. Like Cade 6 as well, who was a big fan favorite character. Cade's been dead since 2018, I think, or 2019. Yeah, I think it was 2018. 2018. But you still hear him in strikes every once in a while, because it'll be, you know, the strike was locked in the time when Cade was still alive. How am I? It's going pretty good. Just grinding a bit of D2. Really, it's kind of a just chatting stream while I just grind stuff in the background, really. Very much to it today. The Lurker's Paradise, I think, today. Everybody, you know, you just sit in, turn your brain off and watch me mindlessly mow down enemies for a couple of hours. It's great. I'd love this. People lost their shit over Cade. They really did. I mean, Cade was probably the most beloved character in the franchise, so I can understand why people lost it when he died. But then at the same time, I guess it was a good idea to pick him because he was really the only person who would have been impactful if they died. If you pick anyone else in game, it doesn't matter. Like, I think when it comes to me, I'm all for... Well, Lake of Shadows is the new version of Lake of Shadows here as well. I'm all for main characters being killed, and I actually don't mind it at all. However, I feel like if you're going to do it, you want to make it impactful. You don't want to just make it so that someone appears... You don't really you don't really care about them at all, and then they die. It's a bit of a waste. If you're going to do it kind of like Cade, where you spend a little bit building him up, and he becomes a bit of a fan favorite, and then you kill him. Gives people more of a kind of reason to buy into the storyline. Hence why then the Forsaken storyline of Cade dies, so everybody kind of, you know, bands together to hunt down his killers. Or I say everyone bands together. You go off on your own to hunt down his killers and do some stuff. It became a thing that everyone kind of got behind as a story beat. Opposed to some of them, which are kind of just a bit more, no one really cares. Love their silly little snarky robot friends so much more than literally any other character in the whole franchise. It's true. I mean, to be fair, Cade is better than a lot of the other people in the franchise. I feel like a lot of them were very robotic at the time when Cade kind of got popular. I mean, Commander Zavala's always been... I don't really like him as a character. He's kind of annoying. He never wants to do anything. He always wants to just sit back and never, you know... I'm gonna die. Nice. First death of the day, isn't it? I died to the fire. The Taken Knight there spat fire all over the little splinter thing we were on. Yeah, like, I don't really like Zavala. He's kind of annoying. He doesn't ever want to do anything. He's too safe, you know? I think that's why people like Cade. He was kind of the more maverick kind of guy. Who, if something had happened, he'd be like, yeah, let's go kill him. Versus Zavala's too safe. Ikora's okay. And then you've got, like, all the villain... I mean, in D2, the villain characters, for the most part, are way more interesting than the hero characters, let's be real. Except for, like, Lord Shax, but, you know, Shax doesn't really do much because he's just the Crucible guy. Although, you know, Shax should feel honoured because we have him as sound alerts for our stream now for follows and stuff. So, good old Lord Shax is... immortalized in this stream, even if he doesn't get the credit he deserves in game. That one ought to go on the CV. While out there, like, go do that, do this, Cade out here in the trenches. Yeah, Zavala doesn't do anything and he just complains. And the thing that put me off him as well is when Cade does die, you kind of immediately go there. And, you know, obviously Ikora, one of the other Vanguard members, is like, yeah, let's go kill the person, get revenge for him. And then Zavala sits there and goes, no, I'm not going to let you do it. I don't want you going out and dying as well. It's like, come on, my dude. We all know I'm the main character. There's no way we're going to die. It's supposed to be a 10-year franchise, Zavala. Did no one ever tell you? We were only about 4 years, you know, 4 years. Yeah, we were like 4 years off the end of the franchise or something at that point. Like, Zavala, mate, there's no way we're dying anytime soon. No one told him. He didn't get the memo that the franchise still had a few more years left out of it. That was the problem with it. That was the problem with Forsaken Story. Oh, well, Forsaken Story was actually really good. Lightfall Story. I mean, I don't know how I feel about that. If anyone hasn't played the new expansion, I'm not really going to spoil it or anything. All I will say is if you are playing it specifically for narrative, forwarding of the narrative, prepare to be disappointed because it doesn't really do that at all. Not that the story is bad, and it doesn't really give you any story at all. There is a story, it just doesn't really do a lot. So if you're expecting like brand new story stuff coming out, it doesn't really give you much in terms of that. Which is a real shame because they've done such a good job of the seasons and stuff before and the previous expansions of building up the story for such a long time, and then they really dropped the ball with this expansion. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Of just not really giving us anything. Undo, thank you very much for the 20 months for the Prime. I appreciate it. You could have used that, as I'm obligated to say, you could have used that on anybody, but you decided to use that Twitch Prime sub on me, so I appreciate that very much. Thank you, Undo. Very kind of you, my dude. I appreciate it. How are you doing, Undo? I was in the middle of a bit of a D2 rant, not rant, but chat there, so don't feel like I ignored you for a minute there, because I wasn't doing that. You know I wouldn't ignore you. He's gone back through the portal, so that's cool. Really impressed with how they kept this game alive, given the... Yeah, the launch was terrible. Bungie have a history of... I mean, it happened with Destiny 1 as well, so I don't know why people were kind of surprised, I guess. Of reviving the franchise with a really strong DLC that sets things in place to make the game better in the future. In Destiny 1, the same thing happened. In 2014, the game came out. People weren't particularly impressed. The raid, obviously, was a big part of why people enjoyed Destiny 1, Vault of Glass. But other than that, it kind of became stale fairly quickly. There was a big content drought. We would get new pieces of DLC every once in a while, but it wouldn't make huge amounts of difference to the usual monotonous grind. And then in 2015, after the first two mini DLCs had come out, they released their first expansion. It was called The Taken King, which is something that you'll hear D2 players talking about, or Destiny players talking about a lot, is Taken King. Which, don't get me wrong, wasn't without its flaws. Everything was. People just like to remember it as, you know, Destiny 1's the best game in the world because Taken King, and they kind of forget that everything else happened before. But Taken King was a really good expansion. And then they followed it up with another banger in Rise of Iron, which was the next one after. And both in kind of story progression-y stuff and that, I mean, for Destiny 1 standards of story progression anyway, they were both, like, epics. Because D1 had no story, basically, for most of the game. And then Destiny 2, they kind of did the same thing, where they had the first few expansions and vanilla launch was a bit of a flop. And then they brought out what I think a lot of people would probably describe still as the best expansion that they'd ever made. Called Forsaken, which we were talking about earlier. Then they put out another couple of lackluster ones, which I didn't think were terrible, but they were okay. They weren't really anything special. In Shadow Keep and Beyond Light. And then last year we got probably the one that rivals Forsaken for, you know, top tier D2 expansion called The Witch Queen. Which was really fun. Most recent one, Lightfall, I'd say was kind of mid-tier when it comes to Destiny DLCs, as someone who's played all of them. It was okay, it wasn't anything special, like the actual story narrative anyway. I mean, as per usual with Destiny, the rest of the gameplay and stuff is always fire. Yes, you know, gunplay, fire, loot. The loot is always pretty good. New weapons is always nice. The only thing I will say, slight criticism of Bungie, is Feels like these days, compared to Destiny 1, they used to give us more exotics more often across the expansions. As opposed to now, we kind of get like a couple of weapons and 1 or 2 pieces of armor. Versus back in the day, it felt like we used to get more like, you know, 3 or 4 pieces of armor per class and more weapons per expansion. That's only a minor nitpick, really. I don't really mind. Exotics are nice, but they're not the be-all and end-all of the game, you know. So I don't really have too much of a criticism of that. I think people were expecting better because it was cross-platform, so quality was generally higher. Yeah. Yeah, they dropped the ball massively with D2 when it came out. I don't think anyone's going to kind of dispute that. It really wasn't the best game. A lot of it was the systems in place as well, which really didn't help it very much. If you look now, I mean, back in the day when Destiny 1 came out, or Destiny 2 even, you had a situation where you had double primary weapons for your first 2 slots. Basically everything that could be considered an energy weapon now that uses green ammo, so snipers, fusion rifles, shotguns, would have been reserved for the heavy ammo slot. Machine guns like I'm running now literally weren't even in the game. They removed them and added grenade launchers and SMGs instead. Ability cooldowns were horrific, so it took way too long. And I personally, although it's kind of a, you know, maybe is a controversial thing these days with the more casual community of Destiny, would say that the current cooldowns on abilities are way too fast and abilities are way too strong right now. Which I know is a quick way to get yourself skinned alive in the Destiny community these days by suggesting that for half a second the game might be too easy. Everyone throws a fit about that one these days. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of stupid if you ask me. I think the Destiny community whinges about too much stuff. And a lot of cases, a lot of the things they make changes to are actually valid things. Like this. We just finished that strike in 9 minutes, right? That's an increased difficulty version of the strike from what it was last season, because we have a light level lock. So we're guaranteed to be lower power than the enemies in the strike. Okay? Last season, people used to run through this strike in less than 5 minutes if they were really quick. And people complained that, you know, by adding an extra thing of making us very slightly weaker, it was going to break the game and everything was going to be too hard for the casual players. And it's just kind of stupid, I think. Then they add the newest raid, which is probably the easiest, both mechanically and in terms of what you have to do, that they've had for years. Because I'm pretty sure 4 roles out of everything out of the 6 roles you can have in the raid are ad clearing in every encounter. So, you know. Congrats, D2 casual community. I guess you won. Like, I'm not against casuals playing the game or anything either, but I feel like there's one thing with D2 is you do want at least some degree of difficulty from it being way too easy. And the best way to describe it is how I've seen a lot of D2 content creators describing it recently, which is that the character and our abilities and stuff like that have power crept the difficulty of the game. To the point where now, basically, they can put anything in front of us and we'll find a way to make it really easy because of overpowered abilities and stuff. So I feel like to some degree Bungie have kind of just gone with some of the newer content and just made it easier by default, which I don't really agree with necessarily. And then if they have tried to make things more difficult, people complain, so... Someone who plays D2 casually, the game's not hard. Yeah, exactly. I think the people who complain about it being too hard, like, not to, like, offend those people, is like the bottom of the barrel skill level. You know, they're the people who are like the least skilled players who don't put that much time into the game, and that's not a bad thing. You know, the people who have lives more than anything. But, you know, they're the people who don't play that much. Play, you know, for a couple of hours maybe on a weekend. And want to come on and breeze through everything. And it be the easiest content in the world. Versus then it's got kind of the power struggle with D2. Of you have that community who wants one thing. And the other side of the community who wants things to be a lot more difficult. So you've now got this situation where the hardcore D2 community, the people who want the challenge and the difficulty, don't really ever get any content that's suited towards their needs, because we've always got to get community, you know, like the majority of the community to be happy with things, hence why the general difficulty level of the game is really not very high, and abilities tend to be overtuned and overpowered these days. Which, don't get me wrong, sometimes it's nice to run through a strike in 5 minutes, but it feels like a bit of a piss take sometimes when it's, you know... And not to kind of be the, you know, go into the D1 nostalgia lord mode, but it felt like generally the level of Destiny 1 felt harder across the board than Destiny 2 does. Even just things like how Nightfalls used to, you know, boot you to orbit if all 3 people died. So there was a lot more high stakes on, you know, what was at the time more of an end game type activity, and the progression system was more slow, required a lot more of the end game grinding, so you wouldn't be able to really hit max level unless you raided, which then changed with later expansions to become more casual friendly so that people could not raid and also hit max level. Obviously in this game you don't have to go near anything end game to get max level gear, so I don't know, it's kind of where it depends where you sit on the debate, but it's quite a hot topic when it comes to D2 stuff about whether the game's too easy or not. And as per usual with video game communities, both sides just hate each other no matter what they say, and everyone just gets called slurs anytime they put any opinion out on it. So, you know, little Timmy's gonna be lighting up my Twitter feed tonight. That's what I'm saying, you know. He's gonna take the Twitter to call me out in a twit longer because I dared to say that the game was too easy. I'm gonna get called every slur under the sun by little Timmy tonight. He's gonna be mad. Like, I mean, I honestly don't really care that much. I would like the game to have more of a challenge to it, to the point where I can kind of do that. And I think to some degree, some of the missions this season have added an element of challenge. The campaign on Legendary, I haven't done yet, but when I did do the normal version of the campaign, I was significantly under-leveled, which actually effectively turned it into Legendary power level, just minus the modifiers that make it more difficult as well. So that was fun. When I did that, it felt like a genuine, at least a little bit of a challenge playing it solo. And I had to kind of not just, you know, run in with a shotgun and, as the D2 community would call it, ape everything with a shotgun by just running at it like a brainless fucking idiot. And I actually had to think a little bit more and position a little bit more, you know, do all kinds of stuff. One of the biggest things I'll praise them for is sunsetting old content people aren't engaging with anyways. Outright saying that's the reason, sticking by that decision. But I paid for that content. Yeah. No, I agree on that as well. I think the people complaining about a lot of the sunset content... I was saying this earlier, a little bit before you came in, I think, Shiny. People change their tune really quickly on old content, right? So you have, like, the Red War campaign is the example I used earlier. Original vanilla D1 campaign. For all intensive purposes, the campaign is about as narratively good as Destiny 1. There's not really anything to it. It's kind of like, oh, a big baddie turns up. You lose your powers for about 5 minutes when you crash down to Earth, which is a really cool scene. And then they don't follow up with it because 10 minutes later you've got them back already. And then you spend a bit of time trying to find your people that have been dispersed around the planets, and then you go and kill the baddie, who then doesn't appear in the story again for another 4 years. So... it's like, cool, but he's just a... Destiny has perfected the art for a number of years of what Bungie would refer to themselves as doing, of creating a flavor of the month villain. Who is like, oh no, the big baddie's here. And then they'd be dead by the end of the campaign, and you go, ah, who's the next big baddie who's coming along? And it was just, you just moved from one big baddie to another. And D2 vanilla campaign did that perfectly with Ghoul. The second they removed it, everyone acts like the Red War was the best campaign they ever created and complains that they removed it because they paid for it and all that. And it's like, yeah, but when was the last time you played the Red War? When was the last time anyone actually played the Red War? You know? And not only that, but like if you're a D2 player and I brought, say, Chilean who's never played before, right? And he goes, oh, I'm really excited to get into D2. What should we do? Should we run the campaign? And I go, yeah, Chile, let's do it. And he goes, what content should we do? You know, he's a brand new player. I'm sure as hell not going to get him into the game and go, we should do the Red War. Because it's just not good. Like, compared to D2 now, and the stuff they got in the game now on like modern D2 for the time of when that stuff got sunset, it's just not good. You know? And then people act like it was the best stuff that ever came out when it gets removed. And it's like, meh. I don't know. It just kind of annoys me a bit. People don't want to sit through 80 hours of content to get to something that's actually relevant now. People, like, it's hard enough to get into D2 as it is, let alone having to go through campaigns that are no longer relevant and provide no kind of narrative material to the current stuff. The most relevant part of Destiny 2 Vanilla's campaign to current Destiny story was a cutscene after the credits that showed a beam, like a wave of light hit some black pyramids in space. That's the entire rest of the campaign was irrelevant. That's the only part that was actually useful, was that one cutscene. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no one really did it. Like, I know people enjoyed it before it went off, and it was a nice send-off for some of the gear and some of the things, like Leviathan. Leviathan wasn't the best raid in the game. People didn't like it, right? People weren't big fans of it. It didn't really have any boss encounters other than the final boss. It was kind of more mechanic-heavy and puzzles. Wasn't, you know, for me, it wasn't that unenjoyable. I did enjoy the raid. It just wasn't that good compared to some of the other ones that had come before it. Now, albeit some of that will be D1 Nostalgia Lord going Vault of Glass is the best raid ever made, which, you know, definitely is not. But, you know, it'll be a lot of that stuff. People didn't really like Leviathan that much when it came out. I can appreciate it for what it was. Can I say it was the best raid ever made? No, it wasn't. It was okay. Wasn't insane. People enjoyed it. People played it. The second it gets removed, people act like it was the best raid ever made. It's like, you do realize all of the ones that people really like are still in the game. And when was the last time you ran Leviathan other than because it was about to get removed, so you ran it for the updated gear just to finish off your gear set? You know? Kind of annoying with D2. Well, I guess it's the same with other communities, but just in this case, the D2 community just moans about everything. It just gets really tiresome after a while. It gets tiresome, and then it's also the same thing that you get of like the people who complain about the people complaining about people complaining, right? Where you'll get, if I put a post out and just said like, it really gets tiring watching all the D2 people complain all the time, you guarantee that you'll just get a post on there from someone who will be like, well, we just want to make the game better. Bungie shill or whatever, and it's like, no, my guy. I want the game to be better just like you do. I'm just not going to spend all day typing out messages on Twitter telling the Bungie devs they need to commit suicide because they didn't add an exotic you wanted in. Real story, by the way. That sums up the D2 community nicely. There was a chess piece they wanted to add into the game, which has now been added in as an ability called Twilight Garrison. It was in Destiny 1. It was a blue chess piece that would allow Titans to dodge mid-air. Kind of like this. Let you kind of do that, okay? Bungie said they were never re-adding it to the game, and they got inundated with death threats for about a week. That says all you need to know about the Destiny community. For the majority of, well, I say not the majority, for the minority of the Destiny community who are like that anyway. Most people are great. But there are those people out there who kind of ruin the community's name for everybody else. I am all. Welcome in, Nitty, as well. Kind of ranting for all that, so not ignoring you, don't worry. Kind of in one of those ranty D2 community moods right now. Oh, no one killed the guy. Nice. We killed him and no one crushed the guy. There goes my flawless. Not that it really matters, it's only in the strike playlist, but... These Lucent Hive, which are kind of like the other Hive, except those ones have been revived and have a ghost. You have to crush the ghost to kill them, otherwise they'll respawn like we would do. Vocal minority, yeah. I mean, the vocal people, it's the same with all games, isn't it? The people you see are the ones on Twitter complaining. You don't see the people who kind of just enjoy the content, because it gets drowned out by the people complaining about everything. So you never really see the good part of most communities. You only really see the bad side, where people whinge on Twitter or... as I say, send death threats and stuff like that you hear about. You don't hear about the people who sit and enjoy the content. Anyway. I gotta stop talking about that now. I feel like I've gone on about the D2 community for long enough. But thank you all for joining me in that little discussion though about that stuff. Kind of interesting to have like perspectives from people who do and don't play the game and stuff as well, you know. It's actually the only reason I want to move on from it. Not because I don't want to talk about it, but just I've kind of gone on about it for too long now. So we'll move on to something else, something a bit more interesting. You know what I mean, though. I might go and grab my drink real quick, though. Might be a good idea. Do that in between strikes. Yeah. Should I do that? Should I grab it in between strikes? I think that sounds like a good idea, doesn't it? Back out. Yeah, how are you, Nitty? Welcome minority, give the rest of the community a bad name. Yeah, I'd say so as well. D2's dying, only half the player base since DLC launch. Twitter at the end of the season, yeah. Yeah, you can guarantee anytime a trailer comes out of any new D2 content, game's dead, game's dying, recycled content. Whatever. Like, you can guarantee that, like, anytime anything new comes out in D2, there's going to be more people that complain about it on Twitter than don't. So. Working on some material, hard to do that when you don't have much good ideas to work off of. I feel that. If you're on a bit of block, maybe coming and hanging out with us for a little bit, Nitty will give you a chance to chill out. Maybe we'll put you in a thinking mindset where you'll be able to come up with some stuff. I'm not sure. Hopefully we can help you with that, though. Importantly, people echoing content creator mentality. Recently, Overwatch 2 devs literally told people to shut up about matchmaking because it's not that bad for most people. Because the top 500 have major issues. Yeah, this is a Siege thing as well. Pro League complain about, like, one thing because it's busted at their tier of play, so everyone complains about it. Like, Goyo is a really good example of that when Goyo came out. Goyo came out and originally you had 3 shields with a gas canister on the back. You could shoot and set fire to stuff. And Goyo in Pro League was complained about as being a problem because he was kind of a better version of Smoke at the time. Understandable complaint because he was kind of, you know, with the shields. Shields were really in the meta at the time and they were really strong. Goyo was really good, right? And then you have Ranked, where Goyo, according to the charts, were underperforming and underpicked. Yet all you see is Goyo busted, nerf him. Nerf Goyo, ban Goyo, he's busted. Remove him from the game and fix him. It's like, he isn't even that... Like, no one uses him at your tier in Silver. How can you complain that Goyo is overpowered when you don't play against him? No one uses him. Like, you're literally complaining because some pro was on Twitch or went on Twitter and complained about Goyo in Pro League. Not in Silver or Gold or Platinum or wherever. Like, no one complains about this stuff like that. Like, they have a justified complaint when they say about in Pro situation where you're playing at the pinnacle of the game, some people can abuse those type of operators way more than other people because they're the highest skilled players. But the majority of the time, that's not going to happen. Because Goyo died, you know, spawn peeking before he ever put his shields down in Ranked, so it don't really matter. But people complain about it anyway and act like that. But then in D2, I think it's the opposite, actually, where all people do is say that Bungie only listen to the streamers and the content creators and complain about everything else. I mean, there was literally like a massive thread that got memed on in D2 about Datto. And that basically everybody who plays D2 kind of knows about Datto. Who's like one of the big D2 content creators and streamers. He put out a video recently where he has this kind of meme that he does every once in a while where he'll say that elitist Datto has come back, ready to ruin the community and complain about stuff again. But he came back when they said they were announcing the difficulty changes, and he basically said universally he thought it was a good thing. And then, like, within a couple of hours, there was a post on Reddit that got memed on by so many people that was just like, I think that the D2 community's finally lost confidence in Datto. It's like, come on now. And it's just people being like, oh, Bungie only listens to the streamers that want the game to be more difficult. And it's like, no, that's not really how it works. They know what they want to do with the game before anyone complains about it in content creation. Same with Siege. But anyway. I'm going to go to my BRB. I'll be back in a minute. Siege is a unique thing where it doesn't matter what op people will die to anything in that situation, not just the OP thing. Yeah, that, and basically in Siege, you also have a situation where anyone dies to anything, they call it overpowered. Get killed by a grenade, overpowered. Killed by a C4, overpowered. Killed by pulse, overpowered. Lion, overpowered. And basically, if you die to anything, someone will say it's overpowered. That's like Siege at its core. You know? If everything was overpowered, then like the game would just be completely busted in itself. Which, I mean, to some degree, the balance is weird. But half the stuff in game wouldn't need to be changed and nerfed like it has been, which I think is wrong in some cases. Sledge is a good example. Does Sledge really need to be really slow? Does Sledge really need to not have its SMG-11 anymore? I don't think either of those nerfs were particularly justified, considering Sledge was just the most played attacker at the time, because everybody else that was better than him before had been nerfed. And it's just in a perpetual state of, you know, Ashe becomes the most played, she gets nerfed, goes back into the pack. Yana becomes the most played, gets nerfed, goes back into the pack, and then everyone sucks. Because now every operator in the game has been nerfed so many times because they became the most popular, that the ones that are actually bad never get buffed or changed or anything, because we're always looking for reworks for the stuff that doesn't need to be changed. You know? Like, we'll have a rework to, I don't know, who's a good... Frost. Frost rework supposedly is coming out in this year, right? They're going to change Frost completely. Well, not completely, but they're going to change it so a Frost mat's down you, but you can break them off now, and then she can track you now instead. Supposedly is like the idea they're playing with, right? Why are we reworking Frost when Blackbeard has been unchanged for so long and he's kind of just useless? Like, Blackbeard is nowhere near overpowered anymore because he got nerfed so many times because they couldn't justify balancing in a one-shot headshot game of having a shield that prevented you from being one-shotted like everyone else, right? Where's the Blackbeard rework? But we're reworking Frost instead. You know? Frost starts getting a bit more pick rate because they change one scope on a weapon so everyone starts playing it. Blackbeard's been in the game for so long, hasn't really changed, and people still complain about him, and he hasn't been changed for ages. So... anyway. I think Bungie have also said well, at least maybe not never, but they have no plans to make Destiny 3. They put their heart and soul into D2, and they don't want D3. I know. I think originally, if I remember rightly, on the first plan that was ever made and revealed, the 10-year plan, you know, the original Destiny plan. As far as I'm aware, there was supposed to have been a Destiny 4 by now. In the amount of time that D2 survived, there should have been a Destiny 4 because that was the original Activision model. So this is some Lightfall music. Resonance. That's the name of the song. Wait, we haven't had everything in the playlist yet, surely? Unless it was really quiet. I want to change this. I want to put on a piece of music that every once in a while I quite like listening to. It's interesting though, because I actually quite like this. This is Raid Boss music. It's an interesting one though, because it's from the Sanctified Mind. Okay. Sanctified Mind is from Garden of Salvation, which everybody doesn't like, but pretty much. Garden of Salvation is like the most sort of, not hated raid, but it's the one that kind of people like the least. So there's like memes about how you either enjoy this song or you got stuck listening to it on LFG for 6 hours straight, so you now hate it. But I quite like the Sanctified Mind theme. So just as for what it is, as Raid Boss music. So I'll play that while I go and take my BRB real quick. Everyone else take a stretch, go grab a drink, do all that stuff. And we'll be back in just a sec. This is the Sanctified Mind. Should point out as well, the raid boss is Vex, so it's a robot, hence why it's kind of like that. You know, the genre of music kind of makes sense as well. Right. Let's chuck on a bit of a shuffle again. How do we enjoy Sanctified Mind? I quite like it. I'm a fan of Sanctified Mind. Hello. Little lag spike there. Yeah, I am a fan of the Sanctified Mind theme. It's quite nice when you're doing, you know, raiding and you get a theme like that on. It's quite an epic theme to be fighting a big old Vex robot against. I'll see if I can get a picture of the Sanctified Mind for chat, shall I? You're sticking around through the BRB as well. We'll start playing again in a minute. Back in just a sec. Let me just grab a picture of Sanctified Mind. That's what we should do. We should do like... Everyone in chat, I should do like a D2 raids tier list based on the raid bosses. Just a which one looks coolest from the perspective of the majority of people here in stream who don't actually play D2. Just which one looks coolest. I think that'd be an interesting tier list. See if I can get it up on here. Image. I'll just get rid of it straight away afterwards. But... Sanctified Mind. There he is. So keep in mind, he's like he's a big robot dude who has like this other kind of structure. I don't really know how to describe it. This other kind of like almost bone-like looking structure on it as well. There you go. That's the Sanctified Mind. That's the raid boss. The two red bits that are glowing are like weak spots that you would have to hit in order to perform a stun to be able to DPS the boss, as far as I'm aware. I've never actually killed Sanctified Mind because I've never done Garden of Salvation. Because no one really ever likes running it, so that's part of the reason I've never done it. And I only got back into raiding again recently, so... Yeah, I think he's an interesting looking boss. You can see it's kind of, it's not the most zoomed in picture in the world, but it's not bad, you know. There you go. I'll zoom in a little bit more, kind of like that on the front-on version. You can see his little head there. He's pretty cool. I like Sanctified Mind. I know people kind of bag on it, but... I don't know which one, like, you guys as a collective would find the most interesting as a raid boss. I feel like it might be Riven. Interesting thing with the Vex as well. So that was the robots in game are called the Vex. So that was a Vex raid boss. A lot of them, hence as you notice with the name Sanctified, a lot of them will have kind of names written based around things like, some of them are kind of have mythological origin. Some of the Vex stuff, as far as I remember, but a lot of it has kind of like religious kind of naming. You know, things like Sanctified and stuff like that. You have a lot of those kind of based names around it. It's kind of an interesting thing how the robot names tend to be based around kind of like religious terminology and things. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones, but you get a lot of the kind of things based on that. It's kind of cool. Atheon, I don't think you think that's that cool. Crota isn't that cool. Oryx is kind of cool. Rolk, I think everyone would just laugh at because he's a bit of a meme. Nezarec looks like a dad bod, so he looks a bit strange as a raid boss. He has a big old beer belly. Yeah, Riven, I think you would like. Let me get a picture of Riven. It's hard to get, like, a full picture of Riven. Because I don't think you ever really see a full picture of Riven. I'll get this. I'll use this one. How about that? We'll use this one of Riven. Pull this up on screen. Riven. Where is it? That's Rolk. That's Riven. That's a picture of Riven's face. Riven's an interesting one. So Riven, you don't really ever see its full body on display as you fight it. You basically spend most of the encounter looking at Riven's face. Riven's basically like is a form of a dragon. Its face opens up and it has a giant mouth full of teeth, as you can kind of see there around the middle. You've also then got the kind of this must be Lightfall music. Oh, it's the Dust Giant's Metal Redux. Never mind. But yeah, the eyes on Riven are kind of interesting as well. The face shape's really interesting on it. It's an interesting one. Riven's kind of an interesting boss. This probably isn't the best picture of Riven I could have gotten. There are probably some better ones. Its mouth, like its face closes up as well, so it just looks like a V made of bone. Riven's like a giant dragon. You don't really see much of its entire body. Sanctified Mind's a cool one, though. The raid bosses are, I don't know, some of them look kind of wonky, I feel like. Like Rolk. I do have a meme of Rolk somewhere. I don't know if I've still got it saved. Probably do. See if I got the Rolk one, though. Rolk's got a 5 head, so I mean, he's always good to laugh at. Rolk's a really cool boss, though. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is the one. This is Rolk, and then, you know, the text as well. There you go. There you go. That's what we wanted. That's Rolk. Rolk and his 5 head. Meta this, meta that. Have you ever met a fucking girl before? I quite like that one. It's quite a good little a Rolk meme. That. I'm a fan of the Rolk memes. His 5 head is rather large as well. Yeah, Rolk's an interesting raid boss. Did we complete another challenge? We did. Mid-range weapons. Wow. We don't really get anything interesting off the season pass. We also got a couple of bounties to be done. Other thread 1 being done. I think we got, what, 3 more strikes to do? 2 more strikes to do? 1 more, never mind. Wait, we did 4 strikes, really? Let me do that quickly then. Turn the music down a little bit as well. Quite loud in the background now. Lovely stuff. Yeah, I'm a fan of the D2 music. We don't play D2 that much on stream. I feel like today I haven't really done a lot on D2 either, so it's kind of like probably not the best showcase of the game or anything. But we'll be back with Pokemon again tomorrow, though. I say that like I'm thinking about wrapping up. We've got like at least about another hour left on stream. But we will be playing again tomorrow. We'll be on Pokemon again. We'll be playing BDSP. In Nuzlocke. That'll be fun. Suddenly know what my next emote is going to be. What? Rogue? Oh, Bevan. Or is it the Bev? Okay, never mind. I was going to say that would be a little strange if it was Rogue. I feel like I should at some point I could get like a D2 based emote because of how much I play it. Be kind of cool. I could get a ghost or something. Bevan says he's washed at Siege these days, but he's still good. Bevan's still a good player. He's still a good player. Little Bevy. Little Bevy can still pull out a good defensive set when he needs one, you know? Dropped an ace in unranked. Let's go. Quality, dude. Think I might have gone a breakthrough? Hey, yo. Was it from the D2 music, Nay? Come on now. You know it's true. You know it was Sanctified Mind that did it for you. Come on. We all know it. Sanctified Mind has saved Nitty's music writing for the day. Possibly. If it was actually, that'd be amazing. The data lattice. Not that it actually does anything. Thanks for the stasis crystal, teammate. Man, my aim's all over the place. Yeah, how's everyone doing though today? How are we all now? We all surviving well? We all like enjoying our nice little time watching me pew pew things? We all enjoying stuff today? I don't know, it's kind of one of these weird streams where it's like, I feel like this is either something that you enjoy watching or is really boring, like mind-numbingly boring. So, I don't really know. Kind of one of those ones like I was talking about yesterday where it's like, I enjoy playing this, so I'm just gonna play it. As opposed to like, I'm gonna pick this because I think people might like watching this kind of a game. It's just like I want to play this. Go away! You're supposed to despawn, my dude. Kargan, despawn! My guy, get out of here. Oh. We can't stand on the sink plate because he stood there. Oh my god, what is this? It's fun watching though. Thank you, Chili. I knew Chili would enjoy it either way because the D2 player of the lobby enjoys watching. We need to move him off the sink plate. He should have despawned, but he hasn't. Alright, maybe I can move him with a shield bash. Oh my god. I love this. Get back, Kargan. I think I actually pushed him off. Yes, we can do it. We're going to keep getting booped off of it, but he's at least off of the plate. Ingenuity at its finest. Look at that, chat. As long as he doesn't step forward, we're fine. Vote today and 4 years ago, our far-right party was the biggest. It took like a year for us party. Oh, I see. This country's going to shit. Send help. We'll help you by posting Rolk memes. Does that work, Gundy? Does the country need more Rolk memes? Would that help the cause? Rolk memes? Okay. We'll post Rolk memes as much as we can. Rolk the first disciple. That sucks though. Hopefully, you know, people see sense.
I have good news.
Brain went, yeah, that file you labeled song 9, that won't have anything in it.
Give us the good news first.
Interesting.
According to the Vex, Kargan has almost
I think the gameplay's stable again now, so it must have been something to do with frame rate capping.
several detachments of Cabal over the next few minutes.
No, I said give us the good news first.
I did.
I don't know though. I could be wrong still. Farm orbs. Farm orbs. Give me all the orbs. There we go. All the orbs of light. Where are the teammates? Like, there's only one left. I guess the other one left. I don't really know why, because it wasn't bugged. I sorted it. Okay. Doing a very good job today, by the way. Just thought you'd like to know that it's very clear you're enjoying your time in this game. Well, there you go. It's kind of one of those ones. It's like Siege streams when I've done them before, and I was talking about this yesterday, I think. Pokemon's one of those things that's easy for everybody to get involved with and kind of get into. When I do a D2 or like a Siege stream, it feels like it's selfish, I guess, in a way, because I'm playing something that I enjoy, but that I know necessarily isn't the favorite of people in chat. And I know, like, you know, the majority of people will be like, oh, it's your stream, play what you want. We'll just turn up and watch. We don't really care. But, like, you know, I don't want to just play stuff for myself. Because a lot of stream, like, stuff is other people getting involved as well. Otherwise, I might as well have just not bothered streaming, you know, and played on my own. So it's nice when, like, people, or you can try and, like, get people involved with stream stuff on a game like this that isn't necessarily everyone's favorite. Come on, my dude. Why you gotta run into me? Someone's rocking Sunshot as well. I respect that choice of weapon. I respect the Sunshot. I'll take a Sunshot pick. Respectable choice. Didn't get my shield bash fast enough. Disappointing. Yeah, the frame rate thing, I don't know what the problem was, but it was locking it up pretty bad. You guys got that. Let us know when you finish the campaign, Chili, as well. Why have we dropped the ball and not put it in? My dude out here acting like this is the Nightfall Grandmaster, putting the ball down to clear the ads. Come on now. We can run through these guys. Yeah. IDK. Yeah, I've never really known what to stream recently, because obviously we're playing Pokemon, but other than that, I always like to have this kind of secondary game. Nothing to do with the game specifically itself, but I think ever since I had those internet problems, it's kind of like put me off playing War Thunder on stream for a little bit, because obviously that was the game that kind of I had so many problems when I, you know, it wasn't the game's fault, but it was when I had all those internet problems, that's what I was playing. So I'm a little kind of like, I don't really want to play it that much at the minute. So with that being gone, it's kind of like, what's my secondary game that I play when I'm not playing Pokemon Nuzlocke? And D2 probably won't become like a permanent thing, but I'll throw it in every once in a while and do some stuff with it. And then you've kind of got some other options, but I don't really know what to play. I never really know what to play as my secondary games. But yeah, at least for now, we'll play a little bit of this. Hopefully everyone enjoys it, as I say. If you don't, then, yeah, I don't know why you're here, really. If you hate it that much, probably best to just go find something else to watch for today. Don't really have any good DPS here, so I'm just going to beat him to death with my glaive. Oh, actually, my machine gun's not doing too bad, so... I feel like I've been ranting a lot today as well. And although I said it's kind of like a just chatting stream, I haven't actually spent that much time interacting with you lot. Spent more time just complaining, well, not complaining, but like ranting about D2 community and stuff. It's my bad if it's been not the most interactive stream in the world. No one else getting the plates, I guess. I'll do it myself. From what I said earlier, rely on yourself before your teammates. Everyone else clearing ads. Don't know why we're both clearing ads in a regular strike, but there we go. You do it with one grenade and a melee on most classes, but still. Don't know where this guy came from. He literally just appeared on my plate. Nice. I get to hang out super bunches, you know? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Welcome in, Rusted Bartender. How are you? How be you? It's a good name as well. I like that. Strong name. Welcome to stream. Hopefully you're doing good. Having a good Tuesday. It's Tuesday. No. Wednesday. Having a good Wednesday. The damage off this shield super these days, Sentinel shield, is absolutely pitiful as well, I've got to say. So it's just really not even worth using for DPS anymore. May as well just use it as like a support super and that's it. Not worth it at all.
Location secured, Commander Zavai.
Good work done. What intel did you discover?
Anything decent? 98 chest piece. 1803 though on the chest piece.
It's heavily corrupted.
Take it.
I'm able to make out
1810 now. Not bad.
access log.
Nameless Midnight, Photo Suede Mark. Got my commendations like a good player. A supportive, helpful member of the community, helping my fellow Guardians in their quest in order to actually get some stuff out of this Guardian ranks rubbish. It's actually an interesting system, I quite like it, but people don't really bother investing into it that much, so it's quite hard to rank up in some cases. People don't really help you out very much with it. These are probably decent roll. Well, no, they're not actually, but they, you know, some of those could have been decent rolls with Headstone, but I don't really want to keep that. Not going to use Crate anytime soon. There's a 1799 class item. There's no point keeping it because class items are basically just purely cosmetic. Let's open my thing in the store. Open my bright engram. Give me something good. An old ghost shell. It's an old duplicate ghost shell. Lovely. Okay. Hard to get duplicates these days, but then when you've been around as long as I have playing, it's kind of easier to get them. I have so many. Finally able to get back into the game since I had to move cross country. Hopefully getting a job tomorrow. Hey, yo. Well, good luck with that. I don't know if it's you've got an interview tomorrow, you've already had one, you find out tomorrow, whatever, but good luck with that, however that works out. And yeah, congrats on successfully making your move across the country. And welcome back. Banger stream, and I want more of this kind of thing. You're talking and just going and enjoying yourself. Thinking less about the game and more about the conversation, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I do that in Pokemon to some degree anyway. Although I tend to talk through what we're doing and thought processes more when I'm doing that. That's kind of, I feel like my... Everyone kind of has their, like, point of difference, don't they? I feel like on their streams. Everyone has their like, thing. I feel like mine's kind of just, like, to some degree that. Of the talking part of it. Because my gameplay, for the most part, wherever I play, isn't the best. Let's be real. Like, I'm not even just saying that for the sake of it, but, like, you know, when I play Siege, I'm not the best fragger in the world. It's not the most interesting thing to watch in the world. Even when I play this, we're just grinding, so it's not the most interesting stuff to watch. So, you know, you gotta kind of make it at least somewhat less mind-numbingly boring. Which I feel like I successfully do somewhat. I don't know. Hard to judge. Some people are good at certain things. Some people are really good at talking. Some people are good at other things. I've always found it strange as to like where I fit in the kind of streamer ecosystem. Whether I'm like a comfort streamer or what. I don't know. My role is kind of like really weird in that, I guess. Don't really know where I fit, so. 1798 versus 1803. They are Resil intellect, but it's 54. There's the 66 roll, so we don't really want that. We'll just infuse. Secondary interview? Already had one? Let's go. Well, good luck with your secondary interview tomorrow. Hopefully it goes well. And, yeah. If you did the first one and you got past that part, then that's a good sign. So, yeah. Good luck with the second one. yeah, I don't know. As I say, I don't really know where I fit in like the streamer ecosystem. The streamer like meta. That's the best. The streamer meta. That's it. I don't know where I fit in the meta. Like what my strong point in the meta is. Clan engram 1803 boots. Eh. Probably could have done with a helmet instead. But what is the roll on the boots? It's 52. Meh. Kinda sucky. I could do it getting some more banners as well, so I probably will do that. I'll use legendary shards instead. Rather keep my glimmer for other stuff, like not a lot. I do need these banners though if I'm going to be raiding again. These banners, basically all they do is they give you full ability charge on everything and also full ammo. They're really useful in like... They appear as a little white circle on the ground where you can plant the banner down in raids. And then everybody can walk up to it, rally to the flag by holding a button down and then... Or a key down. And rallying to the flag, and it will fill all your ability bars up and give you all max ammo. So it gives you like perfect stuff to go into the next damage phase or next encounter of a raid or something. Because you used to have it in Destiny 1 where when you did that... There's my brother online. He's doing duality. Nemo. Look at all these people doing interesting things. Terminal overload for Big BC. Night Fawn on Neomuna. My brother's doing duality. And I'm just in the tower rambling about nothing. What a time to be alive. What do I want to do now? Do I dare go into Gambit? I could. Could do Dares of Eternity. So the only thing left on the moon is duality, so I'm not doing that. Because, well, I mean, I could, but I don't want to do it solo. I'm not going to rope Chili into doing it, because he's busy doing a campaign. Spyro the Watcher is in here as well, which we can't do. There's no preservation mission anymore. On Europa, is it Deepstone Crypt? Yeah, which we're not doing. Neptune, I guess we've got stuff to do then. No, I basically cleaned out Neptune as well, other than Root of Nightmares, which I'm not going to do. I guess we're doing seasonal content then, for a little bit. I guess I'll do some Defiant Battlegrounds. Was it Void Surge with Unstoppable and Overload? So I want, what, SMG and... I can run that for Overload. Unstoppable Scout Rifle. With Corrective Measure as my third, yeah. That probably works as a loadout. What else do we have? Awoken Favors. Say as long as you have a loyal community that will help you up, you've got nothing to worry about. The rest of the community and that we enjoy whatever you decide to stream. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like everyone kind of has that thought of the... Am I doing what people like want to see? If that makes sense. Or like, is everyone just bored out of their mind whenever they watch whatever I'm doing? But yeah, I don't know. I appreciate that, Nitty. Just one of those things you think about, I guess. My stuff looks so weird with the Vogue chest piece in the middle as well. That looks so out of place with the rest of my gear. Oh well.
The witness transferred a bunch of captives to a prison.
Yeah, it's always strange. I don't know. We got booped. Big boop. And into the portal. Big old boop.
I bet they've got everyone on
Yeah,
looking out for drop ships.
I don't know.
Last thing they'll expect is the Guardian
I don't know.
out of a wall, guns blazing.
Our coalition makes even the miraculous possible.
IDK. Oh, I'm dead. Probably. Oh, he saved it with a mantle. Lucky. I don't know if we bumped Galahorny in the air there. What a name. I don't know if we bumped them in the air or if I just messed up the jump myself there. But something happened and I didn't get the lift off of that last jump. We might have hit them because if they ended up standing on my head in the air, it would have lost me the momentum. So it could have been that. I don't know. These enemies are aggressive. Oh, Lord. They be aggressive today, these acolytes. Me and the other Titan barricading all over the place. Love how I shot half that mag above that guy's head. Love that for me. Look at my aim, chat. On fire. Absolutely on fire. Why is whip out corrective measure? What am I doing? Grab the balls! Some Deep Stone Crypt music in the background right now in stream. I think there is. Hit the ball! Land the ball. Favors of justice. That's what we want. Yeah, I think it's Deep Stone Crypt music going on. I want to grab the favor. Yeah, I got it. Got the void wall. And get the shield bash. Lovely. Oh, hang on. Tell you what, I'll finish this little micro encounter here and then I'll read that, Nitty. No! I almost fell off the map again. I don't want to die like a mug. I don't want to read it and fall off the map. You know how it'd be. Eh. Oh, I'm dead. No, I'm not. He survives. The legendary Titan that could not die. You got any enemies spawning or? No one spawned and I popped my super. I look like an idiot now. They're all good. It's alright. It's fine. How you doing, May? Good to see you. How are you? Absolute carnage right now, isn't it? Just shooting everywhere. We're gonna go for the big old boot. We'll try that again. Let's just wind it up again. No one saw that. There's the boot. Nobody saw that first attempt, alright? Just a practice run, alright? I swear. Just a prank, bro. First one was just a prank. What did he say? There we go. As long as you're happy, we're happy. Take, for example, my two classmates who decided to come for my show, even though they came out. Well, there you go, Nitty. I love the fact that you've got some supportive peeps around you like that. I guess, yeah, in the same way that I guess I do as well with stream here. Got some great folks. And I appreciate you all very much. Thank you all for being here. I don't say that enough, I feel. Even though I mean it, I feel like I don't say it enough. I probably do, and people will say, you always say it. Say it like 10 times a stream. I don't know. Just me being weird again, probably, isn't it? Doing good. Sleepy. We're doing some journaling. Yo. How could I fired fuck the jump then for a second? Interesting stuff. We're just genociding all of the population of various alien races throughout this game. So two very different things there. Where am I actually supposed... Hold on. Am I being really dumb right now, or is it giving me a weird ping? Yeah, I should have gone the other way. Why did it send me... That's weird. Okay, the flawless is gone. I'm going to die now. Because it didn't... I think it didn't TP me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was supposed to teleport me, and it never did. Maybe? Or it should have hit me with the joining allies and never did. I'm not really sure what happened there. I've only ever done this one once, so I'm not entirely sure on the route. And it didn't spoil me there. Lovely. Nice. Okay. Or are we supposed to go on the roof? No, we're supposed to go around the side. Never mind. I was just being dumb, I guess. There's a door here, then, I'm assuming. Yeah. It's nice to see you, though, May. Always nice to see you about. I feel like I don't get to watch your stream as much as I want to anymore. I feel like that with a lot of people, actually. Not because of anyone changing times or anything, but I feel like I'm just not really around as much at the times when everyone streams anymore. Kind of disappointing for me. Also, kind of annoyed that I threw away the flawless run there by falling off the map. Kind of annoying. Yeah, it's nice to see you all, though. Nice to see everyone whenever I fire up the stream. And it's nice to not have any internet problems. I probably shouldn't say that in case I speak too soon, but the lack of internet issues has been quite nice the last week or so, as opposed to the other 3 weeks when I've been gone, where it was rampant. It's quite nice to be sort of properly back, I guess, and have some continuity. Favor. On the ground, EJ. Oh, I got it anymore. Come on now, my dude. Get out of there. Scythe. Despawn as well on the ads. Lovely. Gather up a little bit more heavy in the MG before we go into the next bit. Someone's just leveled up. You could hear that in the background. Picking up points again as well. I don't know how many of these we'll be able to do. We'll probably do like 2, maybe 3 of these and then start wrapping up because we'll be at about 3 hours then. Yeah. Thanks to everyone for hanging out today. So I know, as I said earlier, D2 isn't really everyone's thing, so it's nice when we come and hang out all the same. The unstoppable shot, land the unstoppable shot, and that guy just tangles him anyway, so it doesn't matter. Hits him with a suspend. Literally doesn't mean anything. Hey, you chilly, mate? You have fun? You take it easy. Thank you for being here as always. You have a go, my dude. Have fun lurking, whatever you're up to. And I'm sure we'll see you soon. Where's the veil? A light veil spots. I was using a bow as well. Is that Trinity Ghoul? I think it is. Whipping out the old Trinity Ghoul. Nice choice. There is also a thing on these where you're supposed to do... Let's tell you what, this guy's eating damage. 12 minutes is like the challenge triumph run version of one of these. They want you to try and do it in 12 minutes. So I don't know how possible they are because I've done some of the other ones and I've done a few runs of them now and it feels like 12 minutes is a lot to ask for one of these. Especially if no one's shooting the boss. I'm not really sure what's happening there because I seem to be the only one actually trying to damage him. Unknown in chat. Yo. Anyone else actually going to shoot him? Or... Oh, there we go. We're shooting him now. I don't think we're going to get this done in 2 minutes, but we'll see. We shall see. Be cool if we could get a 12-minute in. But... Wait for the dudes to spawn. If we're going to do it in the 12-minute time limit, we're going to have to get a lot more on our DPS, though. Because right now, our damage is so weak from that first phase there that we're really going to need to speed up. What we have to do for this, now we've got the little well place open. Kill an enemy, it drops some moat, the little white triangle. Pick it up, drag it back here. Dunk it here. Throw the ball, breaks the guy's shield. We need 3 of them before it breaks the shield. Yeah, we're not going to do it. There's no way. Because we need to do this twice. So we aren't going to do it on time. Some of that may come down to the fact that I was really slow in that previous encounter. And that probably didn't help things. But, yeah. Is what it is. My guy's dropping down behind as well. What's that about? Oh, he's getting hit by a winter bite as well. He's taking a lot of damage. Minutes been and gone. We are not finishing the challenge 12-minute. Grab the moat. Grab the thing as well. Still need 2 more, so no one's got the other ones, I guess, which is kind of cool. Surprised I actually got that as well. I thought it'd be too slow. Killed the enemy and didn't bother picking up the thing. Okay, I was too slow, I guess, as well. Nice. Ugh. Too busy killing ads. Melee'd too early. Guys, we got all the DPS in the world now. Titan Super comes out. Easy. 13 minutes 40. That's not too bad. Not far off, but we could have shaved some time off here and there, I guess. Use the key as well. Yo, we got red border. Nice. I'll take the red border. It's 98. Not that useful. Oh, I'll grab the red border crafting recipe off it. How you doing, Shaggy? Welcome back, my dude. Good to see you again. That's a thick boy Titan on the right there. Oh, Wolverine. 3 Titans going together there. Give them their commendations. Do my part for the team. A lot of headshots. It is, actually, but I'll say my aim has actually been a little bit off today, Shags, mate. Been off on the headshots front today. Haven't been landing as many crispy shots as I normally should. So, it's a shame. Haven't really been doing it, you know? Everyone else left. I need to do another one of these as well, so I'll stay in the playlist. Hopefully we'll get a different one on the rotator. Some Deepstone Crypt music again in the background. Yeah. The travesty. Shots have never been crispier. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Hey, Oriel. Welcome back in. Welcome back. How are you? Good, have coffee and cranberry orange muffin. Yo. Sounds good. When we facing the wrong way. What's that about?
Another transport full of captives was
Oh, stream going? Stream's going alright, I think. We're just playing D2. Having a nice little quiet, chill time today. Hanging out. Ranting a bit earlier, talking about D2 stuff and general game community shenanigans. Alright. We're having an alright time. Nothing crazy. We haven't pulled off any crazy feats today. I mean, set in Twitch alight. We're having a good stream though. It's a solid time, you know. It's what you want. It's what you want from a Wednesday. A solid performance. That's what we want today, you know. Solid stream. A nice, safe Wednesday. That's what you want. No cults started. Exactly. No cults. That's, you know, if that's the metric of success, then no cults have been started. So we're in the clear. That's been alright. Oop. Oh, wait, give me an... Oh, it's because I ran into the thing, isn't it? Boop! There he goes again. Big old boops coming out from the Titan. We got another boop. We actually do. Alright. Let's wind up another boop. We're booping again. Big boop. Didn't do any damage that time. That was kind of pitiful, not gonna lie. That was a poor boop, that one. The last one, not a great boop. Start genociding Fallen now. We've killed enough Cabal, I guess. Thank you for the boop. What do you mean? You always set Twitch alight every stream. Yeah. I don't know about that one, Chief. Boop. Engulfing them all in void fire. Fun time, isn't it? It's a seasonal perk that I've got on there as well. So when I shoot one of those green orbs that are called tangles, when they appear somewhere, I'll try and find another one in the map. But when you shoot a tangle, it will suspend the enemies and stop them from being able to do anything. It's kind of like a stun. There you go. I didn't do it then because no one got hit by it. Last guy died. Oh yeah, I think the hydrate's been done recently, Bevan. Hang on. Let me, Don't worry, team. I'm supporting from long with grenades. Definitely not reading chat. Thank you for the hydrate spinal, Nitty. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'll tell you what, Bevan. I'll do another one for you in spirit, since you weren't able to do one. How about that? Second hydrate. There you go. Oh my god, I just read that as well. Here's what I'll say, you know, in regards to the setting a light comment. Are we the top of the D2 category yet? Then we haven't set Twitch alight yet. That's the dream. Top streamer in the D2 category. That's unrealistic anyway, but we could dream.
What stops the Taken from using the ascendant plane like we are now?
It's the good old days when I can hydrate. Yeah, you hydrate like 20 times. Yeah. I did remove that because it was, you know, I didn't want it getting abused. You doing it was fine, Bevan, but, you know, I didn't want people doing it all the time, you know. Boop. Boop. They all missed. Are you joking me? All my grenades missed. Are you having a laugh? You know what comes next? There's the boop. Why am I whipping my scout rifle out? I want the LMG. There's a Tangor as well. You can pick them up as well and throw them like bombs if you really want to. Did you hear you can grind Artifice Armor in Duality? Yes. I don't know how useful Artifice Armor is these days, to be honest. It's Duality Master, isn't it? I don't know if I want to do any more Duality. I've got like 40 clears or something on it. I know it's farming goal round, but it's like, meh. I'm not really that worried about it. Thanks for the heads up, though. I assume, is that what you guys were doing in Duality as well? Because I saw you in Duality earlier when I was looking at my friends list. Oh, I didn't mean to boot the teammate. Definitely not exploiting Summit. Honestly, I'm not too worried about it. Like, Artifice Armor is, like, kind of niche. I don't think it's that useful, for the most part. Or at least in the old build, it wasn't. Nowadays, I don't know, but... yeah, I don't know. Still waiting for my 5 remaining Yoldi insults. Oh, the redeem that got nuked years ago.
There are some, quite large units up ahead.
Oh, they just look scary. I've seen the Guardian take down bigger than that. Oh, I didn't see that blight. On second thought, might want to take this one slow.
We aren't doing this under 12 minutes, I can tell you now. Regardless of how fast we do this next section, there's no way we're getting this under 12 minutes. This isn't the boss fight yet either. Dave? Yeah, I don't know. Go get your Artifice Armor though. There you go, for everyone who wants to get Artifice Armor in D2, if you actually know what that means. Basically just means you get an extra perk slot. Then again, you've still got to use it anyway, so it's like, yeah. Still a noob, and apparently it helped get 100 stats. Yeah, well, basically all it does... Artifice Armor is just armor that has an extra... what they're called? Column for perks. I'm dead, because I can't get back on the map. There's an extra... so if you look here in the armor stuff, there's a normal piece of gear. I got 4 slots. Artifice Armor has a 5th slot to put an additional mod on it. So it can, yeah, that's the word, mod slot. So it can help you fit another mod onto your gear. So then you can boost your stats up. But honestly, having 100 stats in everything doesn't really matter, I don't think. I don't think it makes much of a difference. Like, sure, it's better, but, like, does it make enough of a difference to warrant running Artifice Armor in every slot? Probably not. Can you even get all the pieces from first encounter on Duality? Because I don't think all the armor drops there, does it? So you can only get a few pieces. I don't really remember what the drop table is. I know you can get the grenade launcher there. You can also get the fusion rifle. I think you can get helmet, boots, and gauntlets. Maybe... don't really remember. Have them all plus the 2 guns. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I mean, maybe I will. I don't know. I'm not too worried about getting it, though. And my builds are alright as they are. For anything. There's nothing in-game that's going to really require me to run, or nothing that I regularly run anyway, that's going to require me to run any build/stat spreads that are better than the current stuff I've done. I mean, I did Vault of Glass earlier and I didn't die once. Actually, no, I did. I died once right at the start, but other than that, that was the only death I had the whole raid. I think that's because I fell off the map. I don't remember. Took 1 hour? Yeah, because you can just insta-farm Goal Run. The whole glitch is just getting him to fall off the map, isn't it? So you can insta-farm it really quickly. Probably works quite well for getting red borders, which I did last season. For the red border Epicurean. Guy sucks. What, Golran?
When I was in that pyramid with the prisoners,
This is where I say that I've soloed the whole dungeon legitimately.
heavier, harder to breathe.
The power of the witness suffuses every molecule of the pyramid. The very air is saturated by its
Where is it?
multivalent consciousness.
I've seen
Legends?
a lot of disgusting things doing this job, but inhaling
There you
witness
go.
dust might take the cake.
Master as well, I've done. Yeah, I've done duality on solo. For the whole thing. Golran is harder than the final boss. Well, not harder. He's more annoying to fight on solo than the final boss. Especially if you use a sword, which is the default strat for Golran. He's annoying to deal with because he keeps like charging at you and hitting you out of your build up for lament swords. Not this way? No, I mean that's true, but in the solo, I mean anyway. I mean you could still solo farm that and kill him yourself, but I mean it's an exploit effectively if anything. So personally, I wouldn't count a solo. Like I wouldn't do a solo dungeon if I was going to finish it by an exploit on a boss. Because, I mean, the whole reason I do the solos... The Artifice armor and stuff is one thing, but, like, the whole reason I do the solos anyway is for the achievement of doing them. But it wouldn't feel right if I used that exploit to get the Master clear or anything. Albeit it would be, you know, obviously quite easy to do. Yeah. So you got a full set of gear in less than an hour doing that? A full set of Artifice gear? Oh, Master's extra drops as well, isn't it? Isn't it 2 drops? Have you ever fully completed Duality as well, or did you only do it for the Artifice armor? Maybe the drop table in Master's different to normal. That might be why. Because I thought they didn't drop the full armor set in Encounter 1, but... I can't remember. Only here for the armor. So you've never finished the dungeon regularly, you've only done it for the Artifice. Why have you not done it regularly? You just never decided to do it or anything. You should do the dungeons. Have fun. Not necessarily solo, but you should just do them. They're a fun piece of content, they're like mini raids. I got back into raiding as well. I don't know if you... I assume you haven't finished Root of Nightmares yet, which was the first raid you were doing. So if so, I've beaten you on that thing the other day where I said you were going to be the first one out of the two of us to do a raid for a long time. Where it's actually not the case anymore because I've done Vault of Glass twice this week already. I found some LFG people and decided to run through it. Get to the planets on Ron. Yeah, Ron's a weird one. I haven't done it yet because I don't really know much in terms of the information on it. As far as I've heard, compared to some of the other raids in terms of its like mechanic side of things, it's very easy. Because the mechanics are pretty much just like shoot orbs, stand on plate. So in comparison to some of the other raids, I think mechanically Ron seems to be one of the easiest ones they've brought out for a while. I mean, I don't know about the actual other stuff. Nezarec getting one phased on day 1 was kind of weird as well, so I feel like his health pool's not that big, which probably is quite nice. But it seems to be that they've made the raids designed for like newer raiders as well to be able to do, not just as like a hardcore experience. Yeah, I haven't done Ron, so I can't really give a personal perspective on it. I haven't even attempted it yet, nor will I probably for a while. Like interested in doing it. I'm intrigued, but like, will I probably ever do it? Maybe at some point, but not for a while. Probably work through the older ones first. I mean, now I've done VOG a few times. I'll probably wait until I've got the full armor set on Titan and all the weapons, and then do I don't know what I'll do after that. Last Wish, maybe. Get all the gear on Last Wish, then go into Goss, and go from there. Goss Garden of Salvation. Simple, but some bits are hard with the ads. Depends what you're using, though. Like, you can make it a lot easier with certain things. So if you don't have any weapons that have this, here's what I'd recommend you do already. Try and get a solar energy weapon that has a perk called Incandescent on it. If you can do that, it'll make ad clearing super easy. Or if you actually do some more VOD runs, because I know you guys were trying it before.
They tried
this
to nail the
LMG.
coffin shut,
Hey,
but you lot just won't stay down.
Hang on, I'll just finish that
This
point quickly and I'll
is
tell you that. But
yours
if you
now.
get this LMG corrective measure, it's an absolute monster for ad clearing, so keep doing that. How's it going, Madman? Welcome in. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Thank you very much for the raid. How are you doing? How was your stream? Just playing some D2. Destiny 2, that is, to avoid confusion, because I know some people D2 immediately they think Diablo. How are you doing?
It means with enthusiasm.
Confuse. Ooh, 99 health. Ooh, no, that's not that good. Yeah, welcome in, Raiders. We have a shout out, please, Undo. I think you're the last mod here. You can do a big one as well if you want. Be a good teammate and do my... He's already left. The cool looking Warlock. There you go. That's some of the raid gear. Spent too long with lock puns and regret nothing. Oh boy. Void Warlock, but I've got some good aspects and fragments now. Yeah, if you go and get a weapon with a solo weapon with the perk Incandescent on it. I'll show you why it's really good for ad clearing. This is mine. This is the one I used for my solo dungeon clears. As you can see, it's got 5,000 kills on it. Incandescent and Unrelenting gives me health back on kills, and then there's this, which I'll go into patrol and I'll show you why Incandescent's good. EDZ, I guess I'll do. Yeah, I'll go into Trostland and do one of the things there. What were you up to though, Madman? What were you playing? And yeah, once again, thank you very much for the raid. I appreciate it very much. Good to see you. Malurk, I gotta get ready for a date tonight. Date, eh? Interesting. Hmm. Oh, Chili's lurking, isn't he? I'll respond to... if you can still hear me anyway, Chili, I'll respond to what you said in the mod room after stream. I'll show you why you want an incandescent weapon as well. This is to my brother. If anyone doesn't know as well, Radiant Sloths is my brother. Hence why we talk like we know each other. You see me in his stream as well. He's my brother. He also streams... He also plays D2 on stream, which is some of this interesting because I feel like I always used to be the D2 player or the Destiny player and you never used to be into it. But let me give you a quick rundown on why you need to use Incandescent. Every time you kill someone, they explode and spread scorch stacks. So every ad gets set on fire basically by it. So it's really nasty for dealing with groups of enemies at once because you can come around the corner and just go like that. Or volatile rounds works as well. But in my opinion, Incandescent works better for this. Particularly if you can get it on a gun like this that's crafted. Where you can get Incandescent mixed with something like Unrelenting. So you can get health back on kills. So you can just wipe through huge amounts of ads at once and get health back every time. It's really useful, particularly in solos, but also in group content. So it's definitely worth it. But yeah. Oh yeah, WWE. That's your big thing, is it? You normally do a lot of WWE stuff. That with Volatile, I wish I found it sooner. Yeah, you use Volatile. The only thing though is it might just be me because I have like other SMGs. The what is it? The bloody one you use, the exotic one. I don't know how you use that thing. Like, it's a fun gun, but it's so, like, off-meta as an SMG pick that I'm just like... Oh, I just... no. Like, I would just... Like, if it's me, I would much rather use this or this. This Aikilos one is also really good. But, like, I just can't stand that. Not because I don't like it, but, like, when you use that stupid Void one that allows you to float, I'm just like, why? Why? If you're going to use any of them, just get yourself a funnel web and use that instead. You'll do yourself a favor. Gonna replace Manticore? That's the name of it, Manticore. Get yourself a funnel web when the gunsmith sells one. Use that. Do yourself a favor. Yeah. How was your stream though, man? Hopefully you had a fun time. How was WWE 2K23? I used to play WWE games. I haven't played any of them for a few generations now, but they're all good. All fun. GM mode is fantastic. Ayo. Always nice to see that a new thing comes out. Cowman was a reference to something else. Cowman. Oh, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. I forgot we made them. Was that 2013? Or something? Was Cowman and that lot. There was that one we played with Nick before as well. With the corporate giant and those people that we made. We used to try and play online and it was bugged as hell. That was back in the old WWE games from a long time ago. Oh, there he is. Look at it. He's playing right now. In stream out. You're still in duality according to this. Let's have a look at this artifice armor then. You haven't got any of it on. Or do you? No, you don't. You don't have any of your artifice armor on. Then you violated the Geneva... Oh dear. There it is. Look, this Manticore. I just don't know. I like it as a weapon. It's fun, but like, I wouldn't use it in my thing. Disparity's nice though. And then that thing's always quite good. Any grenade launcher's quite good, but you need to masterwork it. Oh. Wait, these are the ones you got? Oh, there's some... Not gonna lie, the only thing I would say about these... There's some dog stat rolls on these. 59 and 60. 65's good. 62. If I was you, this is just my own personal thing. You can do what you want with it. If it was me, I would drop the chest piece and the gauntlets, and I would get ones that were minimum of 62 and up. It's my like personal thing when it comes to armor is, I mean, some of this stuff is masterwork, but it's not necessarily being used, but I'll use stuff that's like higher stat totals. Like with an exotic here, like this Halify Heart at 66. I'm probably not going to use an exotic that's got a roll less than like 63 or something. Some of these you can't really tell. They go 63s, 66s. But that's just my own personal thing. But yeah, if you don't want to do any more and re-roll a chest piece than that, then you do you in at the end of the day. Especially when all you have to do is place a red cross. Then you violate the Geneva Convention. I'm very confused. I feel like I need to have a look at this. I might need to watch the VOD here. For legal reasons, your previous step was a joke. Yeah. Yeah, Cowman and Sid, yeah. And Mini Sid. There's a few others. They were like, when they were like maximum, they were like 100 stats, and they were basically invincible as well, so you couldn't ever beat them. We made loads of those people. I might take another quick BRB in a sec as well and take a quick bathroom break and then come back. Prodigal Gauntlets, what we got? 56. High on recovery is not bad, but I'll get rid of that.
Ah, shall we begin then?
In 1800, I can get my Fatebringer up by another level with explosive payload. I need some more upgrade modules as well. There's nothing else at the tower to do. Right, while the Devil's Lair music's going on in the background, I think it's Devil's Lair. Tepix Prime, I was right. Let me just go to my BRB screen. I'll be back in just a second. I'm gonna go for a quick bathroom break if I actually click the correct button there. I'll be back in just a sec. Bear with me for like 1 minute. Take yourselves out your seats, have a stretch, grab a drink, all that stuff. I'll be back in just a sec. Right. I actually just realized how close it is to the time when I normally finish stream. But I'll go for a little bit longer, because I don't like raiding, getting raided and then immediately finishing. So I'll go for a little bit longer. I'll do benefit from it, but I could do a game of PvP. Although that's probably a mistake. Do I play a game of PvP? What do we think, chat? Quick game of PvP? Try out Fatebringer in PvP. It's a 140 hand cannon. Like the VOG loadout. Go on, we might as well.
All data has a lineage, no matter how ancient or corrupted. You can always trace it back.
Remove the V, and what do you get? Don't like this button. OG. I don't know what this is. This has got to be a D's nuts joke or something in it, in which case I've called the bluff on the D's nuts joke, so I'm sure that it's...
They tried to nail the coffin shut,
Hey, y'all.
but you lot just won't
no.
stay down. This is yours now.
Everyone raids, and when I talk about getting close to the end of stream. Let's go Maximum, welcome in. How are you doing? How are you? How was your stream? What were you up to? Been raiders? We're gonna play a couple of games of PvP and then start thinking about wrapping up ourselves. So I probably won't be going too much longer, but like maybe 30 minutes. Yeah. How was your stream? How be things in it? That was the most like awkward interaction I think I've ever had saying that. New Stellaris DLC came out. I wanted to do a short stream to start it. Never played it. I should probably have a look at this. If I shout out 2 more streamers, I'll level up them. Bevan. Stellaris. Let's have a look. Stellaris. 9... hang on. What's the rating on it? I thought I saw a rating on it of 9.9. Video game. Stellaris is a 4x grand strategy video game developed by Paradox Development. Stellaris players take control of an interstellar civilization on the galactic stage and are tested with exploring, colonizing, and managing their region of the galaxy. Sounds interesting. So it's like a Civ type thing, but in space, I guess, is it? Welcome in, though. Welcome in. Thank you very much for the raid. Welcome in, Marlo and Maximum. Yeah. Good to see you all. Basically, Civ in space. My brother's given it the seal of approval as well. He's sort of the one who enjoys Civ games and stuff like that. So if he likes it, then you know it's probably right. There we go. I'll have to have a look. Keep the VOD. As, no one says that, do they? That's the shittest thing I've ever just said. That's horrific. Gonna have to delete my own VOD now after saying that. That was awful. Oh, we got the regular, No, never mind, it wasn't, this isn't Regicide, is it? We got the Oryx theme in the background, I think, now, haven't we? From Fighting Oryx? Wanna say? What are you up to now? Are you still in Duality? Are you farming more gear? Really gonna nuke the VOD? Maybe. Maybe. Disjunction. Not a great map for Fatebringer shotgun, but we're going to make it work. Yeah. We're going to try anyway. Been an alright stream today, I think. I don't know we're going to raid. I might look, you know, pass the torch of D2 on today and see if I can find someone playing D2. Raid them. Perhaps. Find the D2 category and find another streamer in there playing some D2. Perhaps. See how rusty I am in PvP. So I was doing comp PvP yesterday, but that's kind of completely different to regular Crucible. So we'll see how rusty I am. Welcome into the clusterfuck that's going to be my aim in the next minute.
Enemy claimed Zone A.
And poor game sense, I'm sure, because I'm going to make some mistakes, probably. That was a bad shot. PP, Bevan. That's what you get when you remove the V from PvP. Are you going to drop a hydrate as well? Is that what you're lining up for? But unfortunately, if that was your plan, you can't now, because one's been dropped before you. So I'm contractually obliged to... Oh, mate. What is that aim from me?
Zone B lost.
Titan punch. That guy went flying. Someone clip that. That was great. Anyone want to clip that? Go on, I need some clips. I'm running dry on clips recently. Oof. Weird having Oryx music while playing on like a Pyramid Witch Queen themed map in PvP. Very strange playing PvP hearing PvE music. I feel like people have said Fatebringer is a good option of the hand cannon in PvP these days, but I don't really know. I feel like you've got to have aim in the first place to do well with hand cannons these days, and I feel like I'm probably going to be off the pace today with it. Or at least I'm not getting kills with hand cannons. I haven't really been using them much recently in PvP. If anything, I've been using pulse rifles. So, I feel like hand cannons have kind of been a little bit out of them. Actually, I'll tell you what I'll do. Pulse rifles haven't been, like, nothing's really been as good in PvP since this thing came out, because this Ikelos SMG just kind of shreds. So, we'll see. Obviously, it doesn't have range because it's an SMG, but, like, it absolutely tears through people. This guy's got a shotgun as well, so we got to watch out for him. Down in there, dead. Enemies, I'm assuming, are going to spawn up A side again or on B. There you go, you got a big presence here on B. Someone down there, but they backed off. Hello, I got booped. What happened there? The weirdest kill in the world. Shredded.
What can stop you if you
Yeah, I can loss even from like full health people if I get them in just straight one-on-one shreds.
That's a power.
Not that many people use it. It's kind of a weird one where it's a little bit of a slap-on pick. Yeah, that was bad game sense. Flip was made. Thank you very much. Bullet. I don't know. Don't know why we called something. Boop.
Zone C lost.
That's a good name. I was booping people with a shield earlier. Boop. Hit him with a boop. Crayon Muncher. Interesting name. Don't even want the heavy ammo. Who needs heavy when you have an Ikelos SMG? He says, and then fucks up the kill on a warlock. He was staring at me. That was a bad shot. There you go. That's how, it's the time to kill on it. It's just insane. If you land all your shots, especially as headshots, you can just rip people a new one.
I've seen enough. enough.
We're mercying them as well here. Yeah, pushed by 4 people as well.
A well-fought victory.
Probably not the best way to end out the stream playing PvP. But, you know, is what it is. Oh, we got Shader. Charred Plumage.
Your victory gives the city hope.
Yeah, this is kind of a cool thing they've been doing recently is they've started adding some of the old shaders back into the activities they used to be from. It's kind of nice. I was bottom of the team. Bottom of the team with a 1.83 KD, though. Not bad, you know. Not bad. Wasn't great. It wasn't bad. It was alright. We'll play a couple more games. Why didn't you carry me on R6? Because I'm not good at R6. That's why, Bevan. I am not good. I feel like I'm not great at R6. It's Tanix music, I think it is. Join my team, we do strats and we Gucci. Ah, I see. I think I'm going to do one more match, maybe. Actually. Kind of feel like I'm falling off a little bit in terms of juice. One more match, and then I think I'll start winding down. That's alright. That's okay with everybody. Do this PvP game and then get out of it, you know? Steenie in chat. That's the Steenie, why not? Yeah, I felt like today's been fairly alright. It's been alright, hasn't it? Had a decent little time grinding away on D2. Doing various activities. Done a bit of PvE. Done a little bit of PvP at the end here. Done some ranting about the D2 community. Haven't talked overly extensively about how I've actually done VOD for the first time since 2016 or whatever it was, 2017. Got myself a Fatebringer as well. Of course, the D1 nostalgia lord inside of me was having a fit when I got a Fatebringer to drop. Fatebringer basically was the weapon in D1 everyone wanted. It was slightly different back then because it used to have arc damage on it and not be a kinetic weapon. But Fatebringer used to have, what was it, Firefly, Outlaw Firefly, I think was the role you could get on it. So it used to be, when you get headshot kills, it would reload faster, so you could get really fast reloads, and Firefly would explode heads when you shot them with headshot kills. We would blow up and it would do massive ad clear. So it was really nice. Back when you used to have primaries like this in the kinetic slot, they used to have energy associated with them as well. Obviously, you do have strand weapons and stasis weapons that fit in this slot now. But everything that's Arc, Solar, and Void sits in the other slots. What map are we on? Oh, this one's okay. We'll try it. Ikelos will probably work better here anyway. Then once we're done with this, as I say, we'll raid out. We might raid someone new today. We might find someone playing D2. Scroll down the list and see if I can find someone who's, you know... I'm not going to raid one of the massive people in D2, don't worry about that. Not going to raid, like, you know, one of the huge people who's on. Someone with, like, 5k. Don't worry about that. I'll find someone who's playing it. Who seems alright. Some darkness music going now. Hunter actually going to jump up? The dead man's tail, which I don't really fancy fighting. Never mind, got blocked by the Titan's foot. I think I slid, ran into the Titan when I was on the slide, and it stopped me from getting around the corner. No one's fault though. Okay. Guess I should stop aping and trying to sprint around the corner. This is the D2 turn. Try and sprint up on some of my Ikilos instead. But that explosive payload pays off. There you go. The Ikilos power. And I died to an Igneous Hammer, which just posted me. Good old Igneous Hammer. If anyone does, you know, anyone new or anything in stream today, wants to come back and is unfamiliar with the schedule, I'll be back tomorrow again. Not going to be playing D2 tomorrow. I got posted. I'm going to be playing Pokemon Shining Pearl again tomorrow. We started a Nuzlocke a few days ago, and we're going to be playing through that again. So if anyone is a fan of a bit of Pokemon, drop a follow, you know. Keep an eye on streams, shenanigans and stuff. Did I get blocked again? Or yeah, I think I actually did that time. That guy stood behind me. Drop a follow. Come by tomorrow. Or whatever. And yeah. Might hang out for some more stuff. Guy's trapped in the corner. Or was. Wasn't going to let that one go. I need this guy with DMT to run forwards. And then I can jump on him. Because I can't fight him at range with a dead man's tail. Ah. Entangle, man. No, I'll stick with this. I'll stick with my loadout. I'll stand by it. Some of it might be running Void as well, which probably isn't the best for me in PvP. Meh. Just a solar. Give myself the extra recovery. I walked right into a grenade shot there as well, which is nice. I feel like my positioning is probably more of the issue here. And that a lot of the times I'm not dying to like a gunfight, I'm dying because I'm just crossing across somewhere and getting shot. There's more of like a game sense kind of positioning problem more than like me actually just losing gunfights to everyone here right now. That guy just missed his shotgun shell and lost the fight for it. Mind. Yeah. Hopefully everyone's had a decent time today as we wind down for this final match. Hopefully everyone's had at least some semblance of fun. Enjoyed the time here, hopefully. Ooh, hello. Yeah. I'll be back again tomorrow if anyone is interested in coming back. Or regulars, of course. You know the schedule already, but I'll be back tomorrow. And yeah. That may not have been everyone's favorite thing in the world, me playing D2 today, but I've had a good time. And hopefully you guys have as well. Or at least some of you have. If you haven't, again, as I say, I don't really know why you're here. Ooh. And we beat the Golden Gunner. We should have got flicked out of our mind there. It's 2 hunters with a shotgun there. Never mind. Might lose 1,000 points. What do you mean, Bevan? You might lose 1,000 points. It's been a fun stream. Thank you, Nitty. And Oriel as well. Thank you for the... what do you say? Nice words, responses at the end there? I don't really know how you describe that. Thank you for that, though. Maybe no. Oh, R6 Esport, okay. I haven't been watching it, so I don't know. Hi, Killos. Yeah. Stuck in a horrible spot there. My frame rate looks really bad now when I'm playing in PvP here, so... yeah. Not a lot I can really do about that, though, because it seems to be that if I run Destiny at high quality on stream, it just tanks the stream. So... yeah, I don't know about that one. Kind of weird. Ribbon music. Got myself stuck on the ceiling there, which I didn't want. And I got slug shotted. Playing like an absolute potato in this match. Oh, I get shot on the side now as well. Can't believe that there was one time when I actually did a trial stream back in the day. So back in the day, it was like 8 months ago, 9 months ago or something. I actually did a trial stream. What a mistake that was. Oh, they're all gonna turn. High kill loss power. No, I got shotgunned again anyway. Shotgun, I feel like, is still the king of the Crucible no matter what. Shotgun's kind of like the panic button. Whereas, like, you know, eye kill loss isn't exactly something that requires, like, supreme skill to use. But at the end of the day, it still requires more than just pressing one button and insta-killing someone. So it's kind of, there it is again. Sprints in, goes for the melee shotgun, and gets burnt to death by me in the end, but... I don't know. Shotguns will always be king of the Crucible, I feel. Even if you're really good with sniper and stuff. Oh, never mind. There's nothing... no way of getting away from that in the end after we popped it. If I'd slid, maybe I dodged the first shot, I don't know. But doesn't really matter. Dodge the blade barrage! Stupid well as well. And I got the double. Took a lot of damage when I went into that well, I think, didn't I? So I was weak when I took the fight around the corner. Maybe I should have made a sunspot and healed. I don't know. Meh, is what is. Clutch Exotol or Extol Greaves. Actually, not bad on the roll there of High Resil. Drop, who have we got? Who's top fragger? Altar and Palm. I'll give it to them. There you go, I'll drop them the commendations. Let's silently judge the team and see who actually gives out the commendations. That guy got 3. Okay, so only like 3 people on the team gave out commendations. Things we love to see. Alright. Let's go back to the tower quickly. I'll go do my synth strand thing in there and then we'll start wrapping up. I'll look for a raid. It says the shader isn't coming up as new, but I'm not sure if that's what that's about. Activities? Oh, that's weird. It hasn't appeared, has it? It was like Season of the Hunt, I think it was, wasn't it? It was like the Crucible one from Season of the Hunt. That was the one. Charred Plumage. We've got it there. It isn't appearing in collections, though. Unless I'm blind. No, I'm not seeing it. That's odd. How strange. Guess that one is bugged and isn't appearing in collections. Oh well. Completionist in me isn't mad because there isn't a free slot that isn't filled by something though, at least. Oh, Regicide on as well. Ending the stream with Regicide just like we started it. What I'll do actually is I'll put the Witch Queen theme on from that same guy when we start raiding out. How about that? I'll bump the music volume up and we'll put the Witch Queen theme on. Grab that as well. If anyone doesn't know, this is kind of like one of those things I'm not sure if people know about it or not. Ada 1, actually quite useful because you can get like legacy shaders from her. If anyone wants any legacy shaders from like stuff you can't get in game anymore, you can get them from her. I feel like a lot of people know about that, but if you don't, it's useful to know, I guess. You can get some like old Warmind clan ones and things. Switch on all my top gear again. Is it 1802? 97. I think 99 is my best on heavies as well, isn't it? With corrective measure. It is. 1812 currently my best score. I need to get higher than that though. I've got a plus 12 power score. I need to try and get to 1810, which I think's the... Gee, what's the pinnacle cap? I don't remember. Whatever it is. I need to keep power grinding for more though. Well, I've disappeared. We're an invisible guardian now. We've just got guns strapped to our back. That's it. Go to orbit. Right. Let me switch back on OBS real quick. For the lab. Actually, let's just go to the end screen. Why not? Pause this. Regicide. Been fun, Regicide, but now is not the time. Witch Queen. 4 minutes 50. The Hydrate Spinal Maximum. Right. Let me go and find someone to raid real quick. We might find someone new in the D2 category. How about that? Find a new person. I feel like I haven't raided that many new people for a while, so... Find someone new. And as I say, I'm not going to raid someone massive. Category is D2. There's 22,000 people in the D2 category right now. Holy. Scroll down to like the 20 viewer and below section. Pick someone. What we got? Was to inspire the watcher. There's me! I can see myself. Hugh. I recognize this name from somewhere. Where? I recognize this person's name. feel like this is someone we know, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. Someone whose PNG is a hive wizard, I think? That's kind of cool. Pretty sure I raided this person a long time ago. Like back when I was pretty new to streaming. A lot of people playing DT. I'm just having a look at things real quick. Reading rules and stuff. Person's playing, what are they playing? They're doing the campaign. Razor streamer. You know. Yeah. I think I like where we're going. Oh, actually, no, hang on. Give me a sec. Do that. Music's going to mute temporarily. Just give me a second. I'm just peeping the stream. Yeah, we don't, Shags. We don't have a raid message still. We haven't had one for ages. Okay. Alright. I think I know what we're reading. Oh, no message. Well, our message is no message on you. That's the secret. That's how we get them. That's how we get them, remember. When will we have a raid message? Never. Okay. Let me run through the list of things very quickly. Maximum Suspense, Madman as well. Thank you very much, the two of you. I don't know why I said Maximum Suspense as full thing there. The only thing that could have been worse if I'd done that is said the TTV on the end as well and done the entire full name. Maximum, Madman, 2 M's. Thank you very much for the 2 raids today. Undo with the 21 3-sub as well. Maximum with 100 bits. Thank you very much for all that. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you very much to everyone for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the raids. Sitting in here, lurking. Listening to me rant about stuff. Joining the conversation about Destiny 2 and its whiny community. All of it. Thank you very much to everybody. Good to have you here as always. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm playing some more Pokemon. That's more your thing. And yeah. Tomorrow will probably be okay. We're going to raid someone who is a D2, someone playing D2 as well. They're doing the Lightfall campaign. So I guess if you are trying to avoid spoilers, they're here. Well, actually, I don't know if they're actually doing the campaign or if they're doing the post-game like campaign missions, the harder difficulty ones. Either way. Called Sneaky Snake. VTuber. Similar size to me actually by the looks of it, so almost a perfect fit here. Play a lot of shooters by the looks of it, so we're gonna go and say hi to them. How about that? Yeah. While the Witch Queen music goes off in the background. I love it. Let's just make sure I don't get this wrong. Double eyes. Okay. Are we ready, everybody? Are we ready to raid? Are we ready to go? Are we? We all got a raid message copied? Gold chat. Another raid message. That is the right person. Okay. It's always a moment of dread when you put in the person's name on the raid and you hope that you don't see the wrong profile picture come up and just be like, oh shit. And then you realize that you put in the person's name in wrong and you're going to raid the wrong person. Anyway, it's been fun. As always, it's been a good time. Appreciate you all being here. Thank you all for being here so much. Always fun to have you here. We're playing Pokemon tomorrow, as I say. I know D2 is not everyone's thing, so if that's more your thing, tomorrow might be for you. Appreciate you all being here. Thank you very much for the raids, Maximum and Madman. If you are still here, thank you for those two very much. Everyone who came in the raids, thank you for sticking around. If you're still here lurking, I appreciate it. Lurkers as well who've been here, thank you very much as always for lurking as you do. Lifeblood of Twitch. Yeah, Undo with the 20 months as well. Thank you very much to everyone for that. I'm Bevan for being here like 2 hours before the stream started. Thank you for the PP Hydrate, Bevan, on the way out. Appreciate it, my dude. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. It's my last stream of the week. There's no Sunday stream this week. And yeah, playing a bit of Pokemon. We're going to have a good time. That's all I know. So I'll see you all around. Everyone have a good rest of your days. Rest of your nights. Good rest of your tomorrows, Nitty. I know you're on that time zone. Yeah, I'll see you all around. Everyone have a good one. And yeah, bye-bye.